And welcome everyone to the West, Dishonored RPG campaign that we stream Tuesdays at 7:30. Well, normally 7,
It
but
kind of changes every week.
yeah, it does. So last session, you all explored Triptych a little, saw some of the sights. Isel, you got some errands done. You visited your old friend Artie. I don't remember what her actual name was. No, Arteni?
I have it somewhere around here.
Yeah. But Artie Vanzetti, you didn't have an actual session with her, but she did invite you to the race the next day. You tried to narrow down Sibel Ascanti and arrange a meeting with her, but unfortunately her quarters, her mansion was closed up and not accepting visitors. Were there any other errands you did? You got out a telegram, but
Got out a telegram. I need to text you about that still
You do.
because I forgot because it's been a busy week.
Yep.
And got the eye patch.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The rest of you, well, technically all of you met this courier named Jacob Reed, who buy you all drinks, and none of them were poisoned. So, generally a nice guy, I guess. You met that guy. He expressed interests in your travels and your interactions with cults and whatnot. So you guys were generally friendly back. Later on, Anton and Sab both met the Raven of Arganica, who drugged Sab, and technically Bill Sokolov, your dog, and kidnapped Sab and took him back to some non-disclosed location. That's wrong. Undisclosed. And so for the rest of the session, you guys try to track him down, and were unsuccessful in that regard. Wait, no. You guys did eventually reunite with him because you just brought him back to the river, right? Did you guys unite at the end?
Yes.
What was the note that we ended on? That I don't know.
That was, I think Sab was going back to the airship with
We all
Heisel,
were. Yeah.
and he had been like telling them about the Raven and how he's probably Jacob Reed,
And how we should
Most
take him
likely.
along.
how we should totally take him along on the trip.
And then I voiced the idea of maybe giving him a taste of his own medicine. And I think that's about where we left off.
All right. Well done. We will leave off on that note. So what do you all want to do?
Well,
Sab's taking a nap. I don't know if he wants to do anything.
before we do that, could I pull the two of them aside to strategize a little? And ask the Raven of Arganica to leave, please. While we plot your imminent
Alright.
destruction. I mean, welcoming party.
Because we do those.
So are the two of you on board with maybe getting a few more answers out of our friend?
I feel like we got a lot of them. I did a really good job.
What did you even get out of him?
Most likely, he's Jacob Reed.
He didn't even tell you that.
It's a bit implied, and we'll have him on our group. He seemed like one of those guys who does things that are good
By whose
because
standards? By whose standards?
by his standards, violent,
And how do we know
extremely
what his standards are?
kidnapping, most likely, slight killing, but only slight, it seems. He's just killed some people and not all people.
Infinitely reassuring.
Yeah.
Listen, all I'm saying is might be good to get a bit more of an equal face to face with him. Just get some straight answers. Can I count on the two of you to help me with that?
I'm really tired, Heisel. Like,
Well, when's he coming to join us?
huh?
Or
Oh,
when is he coming to join us in the first place?
I mean, it's probably not going to be that easy to tie up. And if we did,
I've got a plan for that.
it'd be kind of stabby afterwards.
No, I think so long as we keep it civil, he'll understand, considering he just did the same thing to you.
You were growing up, did you have trouble making friends? Or is this just a recent occurrence?
That's rude.
It's a
Sebastian,
question. I didn't imply anything.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I asked a question.
That implied something.
Implied barely anything.
you've seen, since you knew me, that I've got friends all across the continent, as
You
well as back
know
on the
people
Isles.
across the continent. I don't know if you have friends across the continent. You have a friend.
Sebastian, do you have any friends?
Yeah.
Who?
I know at least. I have several friends.
Just why don't you go ahead and list off some names for me then? I thought so.
Hazel Cohen and Anton.
You might be fighting a losing battle.
Ow.
Because you might be losing half of your list.
That's okay. I'll still. Friendship doesn't work like that, Hazel. But okay.
I know, I'm just messing with you. Listen, I think it's important that we know a little bit more about Jacob Reed before you let him travel with us, especially considering the circumstances.
Yeah, he does have the name Reed. Probably brothers. They have a
Yeah.
brothery vibe.
Do you trust someone new, especially someone we don't really know yet, to be around while we're trying to track down the music box? Because he will overhear things if he's with us all the time.
Well, let's put it this way. It's either we don't let him come and we let him come and he finds out about the box, or we go and we try to do this by ourselves while I'm like this and you guys are very stabby along with me.
We don't always need to be stabby to get things done.
I mean, that's true, but like
You may be accustomed to doing things a certain way, but doesn't mean
Argon's
there's a wrong
very
way to do it.
stabby. He can be very stabby sometimes.
then we'll come up with a solution for that. And listen, I'm not even saying we don't include Mr. Reed. I'm just saying that once he gets here, we drug him and tie him up and get some answers out of him. Just to pay him back the favor he did
Hurt,
to you.
I guess. I mean,
Exactly.
he's not
He's not in a position to judge, considering he did the same thing.
be a little rude.
I
So here's what
mean,
I'm saying.
It was rude when he, got my dog the sleep dart.
Yeah, shooting your dog. Man, that's just been a real tragedy.
It was.
I know it was. I was being sarcastic.
Usually being sarcastic implies the opposite meaning of what you're saying.
We'll
Do
just
you not care that my dog was shot with a sleep dart?
No, I care that your dog was shot by a sleep dart. I just don't see how much you care about people getting shot by sleep darts.
I mean, it's not great when people get shot by sleep darts, but at least people can try to run away. I don't think dogs know what a sleep dart is.
Anyway, we're getting off topic. Listen, here's what we're gonna do. Sebastian, you're reluctant. That's good. Use it. You're gonna be, Mr. Reed's advocate while we're here on ship. You're gonna be trying to get him in the good graces of everyone else around. You're gonna be his friendly face. I'm gonna play a skeptical angle, like I'm actually am, because I think getting to the closest to the truth is gonna be the best we can do. I'm gonna take Mr. Reed aside for a conversation, make him some tea, slip in a couple white bean pills while we're at it, and put it in front of me. Maybe sort of slip that there's something going on and see if he'll switch it back in front of himself. If that doesn't work, I want him in the meanwhile to be focused on me, so you can go and get one of his sleep darts while he's not looking. Then when you get back with the sleep dart, pretty easy, just stab him with it. You're good at stabbing, aren't you?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. I mean,
It's a plot within a plot. He's gonna be focused on me because I'm the unfriendly face.
okay.
You seem skeptical.
I mean, we don't know where his sleep darts are.
I'd assume he'd have some in his pack, right?
I mean,
Whatever he puts down on the ship in his room, which we'll show him so we'll know where it is.
I guess so. Could work. What room are we putting him in?
I don't remember which rooms on the ship are taken, but I would
There
name
isn't.
one.
Yeah.
There's like 15 rooms open. You got plenty of space. Well, like 10 now, probably.
We could kidnap so many people.
You could.
Can't take
It's
the
got a pretty
body
wide
room.
crew to-
I took that one. And then he can't take the child's room because I just think that's funny.
The what room?
The
The room with the
toy
two guys that
room.
were playing with
The
the
toy
action
room.
figures or
I
whatever.
just think that's funny.
We'll just put him in one of the rooms on the end or something like that.
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter that much, but
Anton, is there anything you could do to help out?
I don't know.
Yeah, like write a picture. You could do that.
I mean, I've been working on one.
Sounds good.
Let us know if you get anything on him. Remember, wait until I take him to have a private tea and conversation, and then you go plunder his stuff for a sleep dart. Got it?
I'm gonna go get Josh because that's all I had to say.
Okay, sounds
Very
good.
good try. Good job. Leave it.
So a funny accidental thing that I did.
Whoa.
So here's Jacob Reed.
Oh,
Here's Jacob Reed.
We don't know that.
The mask goes
We
right
don't
over the
know.
I know. But
That's
like
so good.
really though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the
they're different sizes, but
that's a good alter ego, I think.
yeah.
which we know is that's gonna be real awkward when we kidnap Jacob Reed and he's like, yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
We're not gonna kidnap Jacob Reed. What are you talking
Uh.
about? We're gonna invite him cordially onto the ship,
We
where we
never
will
let me
welcome him as
throw
a new
him off
member
the
of our
ship.
band.
Tied to a
Just-
rope and then ask questions from him.
You know, it's a fun hack in RPGs. If you don't like the new party member, you're concerned about their alter ego, you can just keep killing them until you get one you like.
You have another character prepared?
Yes, but
Oh no!
Okay, I mean, I get it at this point.
You have a ton of characters that you just are okay with dying.
and honestly, I do actually enjoy preparing characters, like
Okay.
creating
Well, that-
characters and backstory. That's actually
Yeah,
That's fair.
it's fun.
I just
Yeah.
end up really liking the backstory, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I want to play this character.
yeah.
Anton, mind if I talk with you for a minute?
About what?
Some of the things I discovered while I was in town.
Sure.
So listen, I'm not sure how much to believe this. I think he was just sort of fear-mongering because he wasn't sure. But the assistant curator at the Museum of Art here in town. Oh, there was one of Nicholas Graves' paintings here actually
Where was it?
in the Art Institute. It's unfortunately it's closed down right now. But if you
It's not closed.
Well-
just the exhibit is.
Well, the door is locked though. It's not like
Yeah.
open for people to come in.
How'd you get in?
I knocked.
This is continually confusing.
Continuing the thing that we had last week. You just knock and then you can open the door.
it's not really. You kind of get someone to bring you through. It's not really the sort of thing you can just walk in on. But one of Nikolai Graves' paintings was there, so I asked about any records they might have had on him. And the assistant curator told me the person who would know is the curator, but there's been a bit of a thing there after one of the pieces got stolen, so he's now outside of town in a house that's got a booby-trapped lawn. But he might know something about Nikolai Graves. So there's something, at least.
Did you get an address for him?
I think so.
Yeah, you did.
I would relay the address.
So here's what I'm thinking. After we get through this whole Jacob Reed debacle, and I've got a race to attend tomorrow, actually. But aside from those things, we should probably try to find a time to get everyone down to investigate this curator's house and see if we can get him to help us out.
Hopefully not trigger any booby traps.
Yeah. Hopefully, Stab will be a good person to look out for those. I don't know, we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can just shout and he'll come out to us.
I mean, knocking worked for the Art Institute. Maybe just shouting will work for the house.
We could at the very least try. But I just wanted to give you some progress on the investigation.
I appreciate it. Who knows? Maybe Jacob Reed will have found something by now anyway.
I somehow gather he hasn't been looking.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong.
We got a lead. It's something to be thankful for. Listen, do you want to Do you want to talk with Jacob Reed and when I prepare the tea for him? If you could just, you're sort of a worse lawyer than I am, right?
Well, yeah, I
So if you could
guess.
just be subtly uncomfortable or hint at the fact that maybe something's going down, look at the teacups a bit too much or something like that.
Could do that.
Just, don't play it too overtly. Got it?
So that's all I had planned until Mr. Reed's arrival, which I don't remember if we set a time for.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think you gave him a day. Did you specify a time? Race is in the afternoon.
I'll just invite him. I don't know.
You want to just say he's coming in the morning?
Yeah, for simplicity's sake.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't want to have us roleplay accidentally overbooking something.
Ooh,
That's
actually,
too
I
real.
already had
Yeah,
something that
that's too real.
afternoon. I forgot about it. I'm so sorry.
Can we talk later?
I mean, it's like, the day after doesn't really work for me either because that's kind of already been full. But
Maybe
maybe the day
Thursday.
after that. That's not a great day, but like I think I have 15 minutes.
Let me
in
write it down
between.
in my planner. Kidnap Jacob.
I mean,
talk
talk to.
to Jacob. I don't know why I keep making that mistake.
All right.
Freudian slip. It has nothing to do with reality.
Is there anything you all are doing during the night? Or in the evening?
Sleep, and then a little bit later, Sab works on that one.
Yep.
Told you about.
Gotcha.
Are there
What
reruns of Tears of the Constancy?
Yeah.
Want to watch the rerun?
All right. Yep. You would catch
I'm
it.
gonna, like, try to, based on what Sab said was wrong with the first, like, attempted police sketch artist sort of thing for Argon.
Yep.
Try to like improve it and like show him and be like, is this it? To hopefully get like an iterative improvement.
Okay. Sab, make a study check carefully. And Levi, make a tinker check also carefully.
Nothing.
Here we go.
Wrong start.
Yes.
Hidden difficulty.
One success.
That is not enough.
Yeah.
So Sab is probably just, you can't tell this, but relaying maybe wrong details or over exaggerating things a little bit. So it's definitely a different drawing. Is it Argon? Not sure. Somewhat before the complete end of the night, probably a little bit after dinner, the protectors would actually come back on board. All of them, including LG, he seems to be walking, so that's good. They'd probably head to the deck and try to arrange all of you to talk to you. So, would you all attend?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Ren would be kind of leading this.
She's the
As
leader.
one might suspect. So, wanted to ask something of you guys that's a bit more of a possible favor. Do you all need this airship for the next couple of days? Because we need to get back and bury Grounder. Be better to do that as fast as possible.
So long as you bring it back. Great.
Oh, the airship?
Yeah,
Well, I
just
mean,
move
we'd
it
also
aside, yeah.
be borrowing your pilot, if that's okay. None of us know how to. You know enough. I'm fine. Cyclone. But we aren't gonna take any chances. Not after last time. Anyways, would that be okay with you all if we did bring it back? We could pay you for it. We could pay Ellison.
Or like,
I was just trying to see what you guys were thinking first. Of course, you can go bury Grounder.
say yeah. It's vicious.
Shh, it's just. Of course, you can go take the airship to bury Grounder. It's as good a reason as any. Just bring it back when you're done, right? And don't stay away for too long.
That's the plan.
We can find somewhere to stay for the next night or two, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some good places in town here. But just wanted to make sure you all are going to be good. I'd advise probably laying low. After what just happened with the Persuasion, that'd probably be best. I know you've got that enforcer with you now, but I'd prefer leaving a protector with you guys after what happened, but
This is something that's important for you to all be around for.
yeah, it is.
We'll be fine and around for a couple of days, don't worry.
Yeah. Sab, do you want to come?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're probably going to leave. Could we leave right now? His body's just there. Need to get there as soon as possible. Sorry, we just needed to tend to LG first before
sure.
we head out.
We'll figure something else out for meeting our friend in the morning. Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Oh, LG, actually. While I was in town today, just I thought it might just be helpful for you to. I picked this up for you, and she would take out the eye patch.
Is this like a slingshot?
Yeah, you put it on your eye. It's an eye patch.
Slingshot. Oh.
If you want to use it as a slingshot, though, I'm sure it'd be
Yeah.
multi-purpose.
I'm kind of in denial about that, but
That's dumb.
We just in case you want to,
speaking from experience, there, Anton.
I mean, it's gonna pull off the glove. Not really like I've been in denial, but like I just know that it's dumb because it's not gonna fix anything.
or just that you might.
Yeah, well, it probably is good for people not to be looking in my eye socket.
And it's just sort of
I mean-
stylish and fly like you are, right? Or cool.
Injuries on the face that are kind of like unsightly, it's best to cover them up. He's gonna like pull the hair back and show the missing ear. Yeah.
That happened.
Oh, frostbite.
Ooh.
Oh, you never listen to me?
It depends on which side, I guess.
Let's explain this conversation.
All right. And you would try the eye patch on, and it does fit quite snugly. Do you have any details about what it looks like? Just curious.
What's his normal outfit look like?
Good question.
Well, it would go with that. Don't worry about it.
he would generally have a pretty black theme.
It'd go with
pretty
it. It'd be
formal looking.
cool, but it'd also be kind of like, I mean, it'd be
Rhinestones.
fancy, sort of. I don't know. Maybe there's some embroidery on the strap or whatever. I don't know. Something cool.
Well, there we go. I've got an eye patch now. Ooh. Thank you, Heisel. That was very kind.
I would well, I tried to bargain with them earlier and get them to not hurt you, but I guess they'd already sort of.
It's their pervasion. It doesn't matter what deals they make. They're always gonna want to hurt people.
Well, I guess just consider it a get well soon present.
Oh, thank you. Actually, now that I think about it, I think you all are also invited to this. I mean, now that we know that you didn't cause Grounder's death, he was friends with you, despite the fact that you originally thought he was there to murder you.
Well, wasn't he?
No, he was there as Ren's bodyguard.
That would have killed someone
Yeah,
if he felt the
just
need.
like Lee Barrett, right? I'm so sorry.
Bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just needed a better. Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Well, I don't.
In other
I don't
news,
think we
you
need-
look very much like a pirate, and I bet the Scarlet Pennant, if you get on their ship, they won't even know you're there. They'll just be like, "Wow, there's another pirate. I'll just walk right past him."
Something tells me my digs are a bit too formal to be on a pirate
There
ship.
can be formal pirates. You're just like a
Like a
land
gentleman pirate or something.
Yeah,
You can
like
also change your clothes. Pretty easy.
But would I want to?
I don't know.
that. Be invisible.
If the
to
situation
pirates.
called for it, I suppose.
Situation doesn't call for something like this. It's probably a bad situation to be in. That's my opinion.
Does it matter that much what you wear anyway?
What do you mean? You're an artist. Think about. Listen, clothes are like a canvas, kind of. It's how people will recognize you. People can see me from like a mile away and like, that's LG. Which is probably bad for being a spy now that I think about it. But it's supposed to be kind of a low-key spy that doesn't operate in the public eye. So when I am in public, it's fine.
It's like the get-up I wore before it all got burned up in the base.
Yeah.
It's meant to make a statement,
Mm.
to say something about you to the world.
I guess so, but
Form of persuasion.
can't change your face by what you wear.
Have you considered masks?
I hate masks.
You wore one at the party.
I know I did. That's different.
Ah, I see.
When other people wear masks, you can't see their faces.
Mhm.
I can't see my face anyway.
Nor should you. I'm just kidding. You got a fine face.
Just fine.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, then.
Listen, if I complimented you anymore, it would come off as flirting, and I'm not going for that.
Fair enough, I guess.
How's my face then?
Well, a little asymmetrical now.
And
Maybe too
Don,
soon. You know what? We're even now.
does that mean I get to make a rude comment too?
No, we're even. You disrupted.
You make a rude comment about Jacob Reed.
Well,
He's not
got
here.
plenty of that around. Anyway, that sort of brings up a point. I'm otherwise engaged for the next couple of days. I've got to stay here in town.
I got myself back for that one.
All right.
Did you just spill soda all over yourself?
Oh no!
Unless you did that psychically, which I would be very impressed.
Josh's psychic powers are manifesting.
Oh man.
It'd be fun.
Finally.
It's like, no, you can't insult my character. Take that.
So at least I'm gonna have to stay here. But
Yeah.
please pay my respects as well. I
Will
admire the
do.
men.
Say it again.
I admired the men.
Yeah. We'll do him good. We'll probably be back in the morning-ish. Probably won't take too long, but might be good to keep this as a protector's only thing, though he did consider you all friends. If that all is fine with you. All right. Well, then we're gonna go have a talk with your pilot and probably take off if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Just make sure and get plenty to, all your stuff off the ship for the next couple. No, we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just get everything we need for the night.
Sab. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Right now, I don't think any of us would be a suitable mentor for you. And so you're gonna LG, what's the word? That means it's like not all the way. Probation? No, not that. That sounds like a crime. But you're just not going to be a completely trained protector. So don't go off doing crazy things in the name of the Empire right now. But I'll be talking to the rest of the protectors about this. we'll try and find one that wants someone to train. It's kind of a peculiar situation. Most of the time, it's the recommendee that, or the recommender that trains, but that's just not possible right now. How do you feel about that?
Okay, yeah, sure. I didn't know I had a mentor, that I had to get one.
Well, we've talked a little bit, and we think that's the best course of action for you. So it's probably necessary.
Okay.
All right. Well, then I guess we will see you all. Well, I think we might peel off and Jessamine, perhaps. Do you have another need for us? We kind of need to recoup and, or excuse me, regroup and recoup, I guess.
Well, you got a way to contact me with the radio, but we
That's
don't
true.
exactly have a way to reach out to you.
Side will get away.
Fair enough. Then, until next time.
All right.
Fab goes over. Is it okay if I leave? Stabby, make sure you guys don't.
Sebastian, this is more important. Just go take the night and take the ship back when you guys are done.
Okay.
I always try to stab too. Not good at it, but
It was.
Well, I've still got the message.
Yeah.
And we got
Okay.
Bill.
Yeah,
We do
that
have
dog's.
Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Yeah,
we'll be fine.
yeah.
I mean, I'm here too, but
Oh.
do I even matter? That's Kendler.
Can you shoot a gun?
I can shoot all guns.
Can you snap a man's neck in one try?
all guns at once.
It's kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, it's pretty necessary sometimes.
I didn't mean any sort of disrespect to you, Kurtzman Kentler. I just, I haven't seen what you can do yet, that's all. So I'm just talking about the things that I do know for certain.
Can you disarm booby traps in some crazy man's lawn?
Probably, if that's what the job requires of me.
As oddly specific the circumstances, that sounds it might.
Oh no. Whose lawn are we going to? That needs a... What?
Why don't we find a room for the night and I'll tell you about it.
All right, that's fair.
Okay.
Well, see you in the morning, Sap.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys would part ways for the night. I'll probably simplify finding an inn. It'd probably be for I guess Candler's there. He'll pay for his own room. Is there anybody I'm forgetting that's with your party? Just you two, Bill. Right?
Kentler.
And Candler.
I think so.
Because Ellison's with them.
Yep.
So I think
And the
that'd be it.
protectors are all there.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right. So that would be probably 5 notes a night. Not much.
What?
Can I use that when you're done?
This?
Both.
Sure. Use it right now.
I just have been buying things and need to
Ah.
mark that down.
Very important.
Thank you.
Oh.
Little reminder. We keep forgetting people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wait, who is that one?
We have
I got
We have
I got a
Greg
bill
Handler
one
over
too.
that's our
For those of
party
you
right
on
there.
the stream, Jacob has made little cards with depictions of the other party members that are not us, so that we can remember who's around at any given time.
Yeah.
Which is honestly a great use of paper.
Yeah. We've been forgetting everyone.
All right. So, yes.
Oh,
It would. I'm not going to describe actually arriving at Shademere again. It's pretty sad. Just in the fact that first off, you guys would probably need to clear some of the dead bodies of the cultists that are just around the area. they'd probably get a mass grave. And bodies have decayed a little bit. Grounder was still leaned up against a tree, right where he died, next to Cyclone. It's definitely a solemn moment, but Ren would ask for your help in hoisting his body into a grave pretty close to the destroyed and burned down headquarters. They would probably take some wood from the actual destroyed headquarters, kind of arrange it in a little bit of like obelisk, and use that as a little headstone. Ren would just say, it's been too long since we've had a protector die like this, who has been operating in a distinct cell like us. Someone who was bombastic and crazy, but a good shot and a good man. And he lived quite the life through desperate times, but it still never broke him until the end. We called him Grounder because he's willing to get into the mud, make the world a better place. But there's no use now for mere code names. Avaland was, and I'm sure if he's listening, would love to hear this, that he was a gentleman. Strange one, but still good man nonetheless. I don't know if you all knew this. I knew him, or at least of him, back even before he was a protector. He was of a very, very wealthy family, the Seneschal family. And though he certainly reflected the personality of the nobility of Dunwall, he was still friends with everyone and with anyone he came into contact with. He was a spoiled sportsman at one time, and eventually just decided to cast his lot in with Lord Corvo's spy ring. He saw the entire empire fade and still wanted to support it. That's a solemn reminder of what we're here for the people like Avaland. Goodbye, Grounder. And LG and Cyclone would probably tell a couple stories about Haviland Seneschal that you knew as Grounder. There'd be a lot of silence at the end, probably. And then gradually, one by one, probably starting with Cyclone, then LG. They would both leave. Ren would probably be hanging around.
I'm just kind of sits down and starts sketching out the location like he does on the location. He also marks like the mass grave.
Yeah.
Just notes right above it. Grounders work and points a little arrow at the grave of the mass grave. He just kind of go.
Right.
He leaves.
Before she would say, well, Haviland trusted you enough to say that you should become a protector. And I know it's going to be a little weird being away from the rest of us and being assigned this new job, but just stay vigilant. Know the enemies of the Empire and watch them closely, if necessary. We have a little bit of a radio code that we use. Let me teach you a little bit about how to use that. And she would instruct you on how to use the Protector radio code, which you all have already cracked.
Sab pulls out the code. Oh, you mean this one?
No, Sam.
You say that?
When he goes to the pages that have it on, it's like, oh, you mean this one?
What the void?
Yeah, we figured it out. Meaning me. I figured it out. Because I'm very smart. And then I teased that I knew it. No one believed.
And you do have the cracked code, right?
Like,
It doesn't need to be in your
Do
notebook
we
if you
all?
like.
To be, oh yeah, he probably, I think he was able to figure it out. I know I wrote it down. I never quite
do.
Yeah.
understood it. But he'd be like, yeah.
You'll copied off of me.
He
Make a
copied.
deception
I mean,
check.
you will.
Yes. Because he's saying several things that
I
are not
did
true.
this. Yeah.
I did this. Also,
did this.
no one else did.
Let's
Um,
use-
All right, talking
Not
and
only
then
did
boldly. Heck yeah.
It's pretty bold.
Let's
I'm
see.
just gonna do.
That's nothing.
Yes.
That's nothing. He's right.
He's a bold liar.
It's a bold play.
Yeah, she
What'd you
did
roll?
get actually just one success. She did not
That's-
roll too well.
That's more.
Yeah. I'm not really seeing your work here on cracking this.
It was very good. I had some help.
From
People.
not Anton.
Oh.
Maybe Bear. Isel.
Dang it. No.
The
Nice.
person that has the radio.
Dang it.
Oh, you know what? You've done your first task well. You've revealed. Well, we didn't even know it was a task. We know that there's a hole in our code system.
Dang
We'll
it.
be updating
mean-
that.
Yeah. Yeah, you do that.
Sam.
No, but we'll get updates from him, and then we'll know.
I don't think we will. I'm not sure he'll tell us.
Wow. That explains how they knew some things. Huh. Well, we use a code in the code for certain things. There's code words for different operations and subjects and targets that we'll use. So she'd probably give you a pretty big book. Well, it's more like the size of a novella. It's a pretty small book containing just a ton of different code names that have already been established. So you would have access to that. I can't put all of that in speech right now, but if there's any questions about what kind of thing you might see, please ask. Most of it is just identifying individuals. You would probably see in there that there is... Sibel has a code name listed in there. Subject Cracker. That is not a slur. Work for Firecracker. But,
Sab just reads it and he, yeah, that snack. Ha. She's that one cracker. Like the food. And he just thinks that's funny because he doesn't,
yeah.
he hasn't figured it out
You know
quite
what?
yet.
I might have to
calling
change
her a
that.
snack?
That just sounds too weird.
No,
You can
I
just
think
call her
it's-
Firecracker.
Yeah, yeah.
He hasn't
Well, it's just
spelled
that's not
him
much
over
of a
fire
code
and
name. That's
like-
very. She makes explosives. That's a very poor code name.
Yes. No, I'm down for it. He just
No,
thinks
no.
saltines. That's what he's thinking.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. So maybe something along those lines. This is weirder, but maybe biscuit.
Biscuit.
Because in the time that's like a hard, salty thing. It's probably the closest thing to saltines. Biscuits. Yeah, biscuit, 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 if you will.
They better give it a
That would
cooler name
be
than
the
that.
only person on your list, though, that actually has a subject number.
Is anyone in the party on the subject list?
Heisel is in a rather new entry.
Yes.
Yep.
What's the subject name?
Send to me the subject. Don't
No.
tell them.
Okay.
Please, Jacob.
No,
I'm
I
so
like
curious.
that it's a secret.
My phone died.
Ugh, you guys are cruel.
Figure that out. That like searches for a little bit, and there's Heidel though. Wow,
Yeah, you are not in the book.
probably a good thing.
We'll square away your code name in a bit. Right now, you're just Sap. Kenrick is in there as well.
Kenrix.
Um,
Oh.
Spencer, what's Kenrix?
you don't get to know that.
Wow.
Well, we got to know the other one.
Yeah,
Mad
and
with
then I
powers.
changed my mind.
You could change your mind back.
I could, but I don't.
Makes me think that your brain has a bad fatigue life.
That's a bad what?
Fatigue life.
It's a fatigue life.
It's just the thing that I've been doing in 2 of my classes.
Is that like when something was liable to just break down and just stop working?
Essentially. So like fatigue life is like typically in the simple engineering stuff, like it's like, is this going to blow up if I like pull on it? Or like, is the page of this notebook going to tear out if I pull on it? But fatigue life is like, if I keep pulling on this page over and over and over, eventually it'll start ripping out. So it's sort of like that. Except with metal, mostly. And bone. Bone is a fun one because technically there's also a healing component because bone can undo fatigue damage,
Mm-hmm. There you go.
which is why your bones don't just shatter by the time you're like 10 years old. Otherwise they would. Maybe before then.
Yeah, codename book.
Shout it out when you get it.
You want to tell us anything?
Is there a particular word that's just in your mouth and you just really want to say it? I think there might be.
Considering choosing a much more embarrassing one with Heisel, but I changed.
Thank you.
I am very disappointed.
Yeah, me too.
What do you mean? Oh, that it's not as embarrassing. Okay, yeah. I was worried that I sent it to you accidentally. Like, okay. All right.
Ah, I see. I didn't get Heisel's. I'm not going to tell you the ones I did see. I'm just passing it
Yeah.
on.
Sab then like sits down back where he was. He's finished the drawing and he starts writing in his book and looking at the code book at the same time, writing down. And in big non-code letters, he has code. And then he is writing the most gibberish thing in his like coded language that has no connection at all to any code that exists.
Ooh.
That's actually very smart. Always good to include some garbage information and that sort of thing. Always throws people off the scent. Good move. So I also wanted to talk to you a little bit because of inducting you as a sector. We do kind of want to know exactly where you came from. So you've told me about the ghosts, and I've done some research, and I know what they did, and I know when they were. I've heard about your outsider's bark. What I haven't heard about is where on earth you've been for the last... How many years has it been?
10 years.
It has been 10 years. There's just no way for... Were you 10 when you were with the ghosts? No, like, you'd be 8 or 9. Listen, you're on a spy organization. We kind of have to do away with secrets here. Trust me. I've seen some weird crap.
Gonna put that in
Okay.
quotes and highlight.
Whatever happens,
Red.
there's always been weirder.
Okay, that's good.
She'd probably start
I was
smoking a
pulled-
cigarette.
Huh?
She's smoking. That's it.
How dare she ruin
Well,
her
I was
lines.
ripped into the void with the power of a hybrid music box.
Wait, have you mentioned this before to her? The Jade Music Box?
You
Yeah,
maybe mentioned
Because there was, it was Ren that told you a little bit about. Yeah, there's a record of,
Yeah.
or it might have been Algae actually. Now that I think about it. Yeah. Yeah, that box did that. You should talk to LG about that. He's the obvious resident void expert here, but I don't think that it's weird for a music box to do.
It was a weird music box.
Hmm.
Yeah. It was, yes, built to remove void powers permanently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I've heard of that. But just sending you to the void, that's not.
Yeah.
That's a strange connection there.
Yeah. Something went a little wrong. Not sure quite what.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't want to be there. I don't think it wanted to be there either.
Well, I'd wager this is a possibility, but the outsider did have the ability to drag people into the void. He could have just done that with you if you wanted.
Well, he couldn't have.
Why not?
He was gone.
Oh, so this happened before his downfall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, no. This happened after he died.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. You wouldn't have your powers. This is out of game. You wouldn't have your powers after the outsider died.
I think we talked about he shouldn't have,
But he did.
but he did. I'll send you something.
Okay. Okay.
Everyone's like, understandably confused.
Yeah.
Like, that don't make no sense. He's like, yeah, that's true.
I don't know, maybe I should do a little.
Is this a conversation that should happen after the game, maybe?
Yeah, I think it is. So we'll just talk about this more a little bit later. Ooh, so void for 10
Which
years.
is fun.
That's... Yeah, last time I heard about someone doing that, they tried to take over all of reality as we know it. So.
Yeah, she sucked.
Oh, yeah, you knew Delilah.
Yeah, I knew about it.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, I didn't know a whole lot. But, like, I learned about it later.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was... Almost all the Isles went to war, so... And, you know, there was a witch on the throne. Anyways, I think you have everything you need to be a protector, I suppose. Just know that we're going to try to arrange finding a mentor for you. I do want to be honest. I was probably the primary candidate for it, but I'm just not ready to do that again. Kenji was in my mentorship process. He was supposed to deliver the spike to me. He would become official protector. That just didn't happen.
He seemed nice.
Yeah, he was. He was a great agent. We said we didn't get to bury him, but
He got more.
good. That puts me at ease a little bit. But hey, now you know why I was pretty ornery about the spike that you guys got from him.
Got a little.
Yeah. My mission that I gave him to do, and he nearly accomplished it. And the last thing of his last thing that he died for, you guys were keeping for a while and didn't really want to give up. Well, now the pervasion happens. Or has it, so. Oh, that's the way it goes.
How many do they have again?
What's that?
How many do they have?
As of now, I believe they have about 5.
Out of
8.
R8 outsiders, right?
That's the way it is, yes.
Thinking called it. None of them believed me.
Sorry, it just, again, you had to keep it on the down low. So, I'll tell you more about possible locations we have of spikes and whatnot, but right now you're not exactly in the position to maybe retrieve one as an official mission. We don't have too many traces now. We've got one, but that's probably a later thing.
There was a few questions I had for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Just in Triptych or any location around, do you know of any like organized crime, like really small, send in a few skilled people, rough them up, get them off people's backs kind of groups around?
Not really in Triptych. I mean, probably the worst that you get there is probably some working disputes. Probably just companies that drive their workers a little bit too hard. Lots of bandits in True Mile, but I wouldn't ever deign to call them organized. So it's pretty easy to find that sort of group hunkering down in Triptych or close by. Why, are you hoping to act against them or something?
Give me something to do. I'm having some ideas. Also, we're low on cash. I don't mind
Thieves?
thieves. Yeah.
Hmm.
Feel like a
Well,
paid service.
that's fair. You can get a lot more money actually just taking bounties. You are entitled to whatever they own. That's some of the boons of the business, but you can get some extra cash by just taking a look at bounty boards. But that is actually a kind of favorite practice for protectors with nothing to do. Lots of enforcers are in on that as well.
Yeah. And the other thing was kind of looks around. So
It's probably like 11 o'clock by now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you have any ideas about how to kill the broker?
Oh, Polino?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just a guy.
Oh, that's gonna be a lot easier.
Yeah. He's not like killing an outsider or anything like that. Just any lethal blow ought to kill him. He might be. We don't have the full extent of his supernatural powers written down. We don't know about all that. But all we know is that One, he makes deals with people. They're bad. And that is the source of his power. That's probably why he keeps doing it. We think he might need to keep doing it to stay alive or something like that. But we don't have complete proof that he could just be killed normally. But he's a man. And he's not an outsider. And I know Dr. Atlee's made some weird stuff, but none of it has been unkillable. Yet.
Oh. Okay. Comforting. You know anything about Anton? Got a whole.
Refresh my memory. Did you? Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know anything about him. That was news to me when I found out that he was one of Dr. Atlee's experiments. Yeah. But, I mean, apparently he has supernatural power.
Yeah. That's about it.
All right.
Here for
Okay. If you have any other questions, please ask on the radio if you want. And try to keep official channels kind of not too busy. We don't want the enemy or your friends, I guess, to crack the code. More information, easier it is to crack the code.
Does that get a radio signal?
Yeah, so they have a frequency that they will broadcast on. She'll give that frequency, and she will tell you. Right now, this is just a temporary call sign, but this is 100% liable to change. You have a preference for a temporary code name? Your real one is named by your fellow protectors. Which, if they're nice, will let you give you your own opinion on that.
Harp.
Harp. Works for me. Whenever you're talking about subjects with call signs, put S in front of it. Operation. Actually, no, operations still use S's as well. But if you ever get any sort of message from call sign labeled dispatch, do it.
From dispatch or
From dispatch.
name or
That's a call sign. Don't radio that call sign unless you absolutely need to, which I don't think you will. If you need something, just radio me instead. Just put my own call sign, Ren, at the beginning of the radio message and I'll get it. Even if I'm not there. I'll explain more about that later. She'd probably tell you some more secret stuff that I'm just not going to say because secret stuff. But
Mine has voicemail on the radio.
yes.
The future is now.
I'm not going to tell you how, though.
You know how?
Yes, I do actually.
Just imagine this little old lady and she just listens. Oh, we're going down.
She has like a stenographer for it.
She just
I
just
firmly
writes.
believe that there was a protector secretary somewhere out there.
Protectorary. No.
That is how things were done back then.
There is a protector version of Mikhail somewhere out there. Taking messages and stuff.
Inferior to Mikhail, though.
Oh, of course.
All right.
Does she head off?
She does. Yeah.
He's down. Well. Erland. Then I heard it though. Gotcha on that one. My name wasn't Sav. Aha. Timothy Golden. Not sure why you picked me. Means a lot. Pretty soon. Void right now. Or not at all. Okay.
Dishonored Afterlife is not a fun topic.
Background.
All right. So, with that note, we will return to the rest of you who would wake up in the morning at an inn. At the name doesn't matter.
We should go see if the ship's back. After all, we're meeting our new friend there, right? So
Well, I guess if it's not back, we'll have to meet him somewhere else.
we could just wait there for him. We haven't arranged for anything else at the moment. So I guess we're gonna head back to the airship dock with Kendler and Bill.
Josh, what time would Jacob Reed go there?
Well, he'd be at the air docks probably as soon as the sun came up.
Okay, I kind of assumed that. So you guys arrive there, and there's an empty airship spot, and there is a Jacob Reed.
He'd be standing there with weird shaped box right next to him that he's been carrying around. It's like almost like a Foot Locker type thing, but with drawers in it. That's the size of a Foot Locker, but with
You brought a chest of drawers to a dock?
and
On wheel? I don't know.
it has a handle on top.
Interesting.
And he also has his satchel with them and also a sack over his shoulder.
Mr. Reed, good morning.
Good morning. I thought you'd all left without me. I was a little bit concerned.
The airship's gonna be back by the end of the morning.
They're mourning a dead man.
I'm sorry to hear that. Was he a close friend of yours?
No.
Oh, in that case, it's good to see you.
What exactly are you bringing on board our ship with you?
Nothing
My
yet.
stuff.
Which
luggage.
includes
Well, he's gonna open up the sack and show some clothes. Normal stuff you would expect a traveler to be carrying in a bag. And then,
that's fine. Don't worry about that.
oh, you talking about this?
That's the key point of interest, yes.
Yes. See, you remember I told you I wanted to be a journalist.
Indeed.
Well, he's going to open one of the drawers and pull out a stack of newspapers that he's collected, and also another one that's filled with empty paper. And he's going to show the top folds up, so it's got like a little desk. It's like a portable desk that he's got that he built. I made this myself, so I can practice my
Stranger
journalism.
every time we meet you.
What?
The Dishonored
get stranger
version of
every
the
time we
word
meet you.
Nerd.
What?
You get stranger every time we meet you.
Chopper.
Oh, thank you very
What?
much.
Chopper.
No.
Chopper?
For those who are on
General
stream,
personal insult.
Liza was giving
Blow off Chopper.
him a look as though this man went completely insane, which does not happen often.
Yes, I
I
also
feel like I
have...
give that look regularly in this game.
Okay, it happens regularly.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, I figured I could do some writing, practice my journalism and all that while I'm waiting and while we're traveling, you know.
Well,
Have you ever-
if you're ever writing about us, you'd better show us first.
Oh, don't worry. I won't write about I'll write about you anonymously if I do.
What
He
kind
only
of
writes about interesting people.
Yeah.
what kind of news do you write about?
Well, I haven't decided yet. I'm just starting.
You more interested in like the everyday stuff,
No.
how the market's doing?
No, I'm interested-
Vigilantes.
Vigilantes? Say?
No.
No. I'm more interested in kind of the crazy stuff. like oh, I don't know, the ebony pervasion.
So you
Well-
mentioned.
Yes.
How did you hear about them in the first place? That's not a name you hear around very much.
One of my sources, as an aspiring journalist, I cannot reveal my sources without their permission. That would be rather rude.
Didn't Sebastian say something about them last time we saw you, or no?
I don't remember actually. I think he was about to say something and then he was interrupted rather rudely.
By who?
Not in particular.
Listen, Mr. Reed,
And he's gonna like
I'm going to be very
gesture
overt
over
with you
to
here.
her.
I don't want you on our ship. The only reason you're there is because Sab wants you. I'm very suspicious of who you are and of why you want to know more about the Persuasion.
That's fair. That's fair. I respect that.
Once we get the airship back, I'd like to have a conversation with you.
And at this
Away
moment, you
from
would see the
Sebastian.
airship is on the horizon. It's about to begin landing.
I'll make you a cup of tea in my room or something like that. Begin a
I don't
private
drink tea. I
conversation.
drink coffee.
I'll make you a cup of coffee then.
Thank you.
Her tea is pretty good though.
I don't like tea.
Hey.
An American through and through.
What a weird man. Okay. So the airship comes back with Savok then?
Yeah. As
Wait.
oh boy.
Did
Here we
Cyclone
go.
interrupt something?
Cyclone?
The protectors are all gone.
Oh right.
Yeah. It's just
Never mind.
Ellison. You're also super tired. You stayed up
Yeah.
for most of the
Yeah,
last
okay.
2 nights. But you could probably sleep on the way back.
Yeah, he probably tried to talk a little bit to RG about the.
Yeah.
all-
We'll talk about that conversation perhaps later.
And then he just took a nap for a long time.
Okay.
Not a good landing?
It's not the best, which is horrible. Yeah, I rolled a 16, a 16, and a 14.
Oh.
She used a void point. She's interesting. She can do that. I'll use that for NPCs that probably aren't going to do anything else. But it's a successful landing nonetheless. But it does the elixir. Think of a name, guys. Does land.
Could it be the Anton Sokolov?
We have too many Sokolovs, okay?
Wait,
Do we have
wait.
too
That's
many
the
Antons?
name of your ship, the Elixir.
It's a temporary name.
You have a better one?
No, it wouldn't be that hard.
No, but if you did have a better one.
Again, temporary. Use those journalistic muscles. Come up with something with pizzazz.
Maybe something that flies, some bird or something.
It's kind of
Got it.
overdone.
The Black Sparrow.
This is copyrighted.
Again, something that's flying is just sort of overdone.
What, you wouldn't name it after a turtle or something, of course.
What's the turtle could fly?
You're the only one who's ever mentioned naming after a turtle, Mr. Reed.
A
That
turtle
means
doesn't
it'd
sound
be
so
unique.
bad.
It'd be unique.
Even Elixir's better than that.
The turtle.
The turtle elixir.
The flying
turtle
tortoise.
soup.
The flying tortoise. A fortress of the air.
You are not naming my airship the Flying Tortoise.
And this
That
is
is
why
Ellison.
it's
Shout
like
it.
careening out of control. She's like, no, it's not out of control.
Hello. What's your
Genius
name?
on the deck.
No, we're not. He doesn't get a say.
Roy. Nice to meet you.
Severus.
Ellison Tesroy. Jacob Reed. Nice to meet you. Well, goodbye.
Airshake.
Airshake.
He's going to be a temporary guest with us.
All right. Airshake, that's not a bad name. That's bad.
Sab
Mr.
runs
Reed.
out on deck. What the? Who's flying the ship? Are we dead? Oh, hey guys. We have majestically landed, and I'm tired.
Well, Mr. Reed, can I take you to your room? And after that, when you're ready, can you come to see me?
I thought you just said he wasn't staying with us, but now he's got a room.
He's a temporary guest.
You charging him? We could use money.
Yeah.
30 notes a night.
Charge him.
A knight?
Well, it is a
That's
flying
absurd.
thing.
Yeah.
Keeps your feet from
Yeah.
being sore. Don't have to carry all that luggage.
Don't get raided by bandits.
I can protect you from bandits.
I doubt it.
You.
Yes. Look at these. He's
You're
gonna flex
lugging a
his
desk
skinny arms.
around. You can't carry a desk and fight off bandits. Where you put your desk in the meantime?
I chuck the desk at them.
You won't
can
have a
chuck a
desk
whole
much longer
desk?
after that.
Yeah.
Show me.
Well, I don't want to break it.
Well, then you wouldn't want to chuck it at them because then you break it.
Good point. Good point.
So I don't think you can.
Yes, but I'm good at negotiating with them.
That's my
Forget
job.
it. Forget
You
it.
negotiate with criminals.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my job.
A fine job
Well-
you've done at it. I've
What's with
heard
me?
things. I have heard things.
You've heard things about me.
What have you heard?
There was a party.
But that
It wasn't
doesn't
a very
count.
good party.
It wasn't a good party. I heard. Fine job negotiating with that one.
We got it alive. Listen,
You guys should have like a real party, like one where you don't get kidnapped and stuff.
Yes, let's go to the saloon.
I can't have alcohol at the moment.
You can have water. The rest of us, let's go to the saloon.
Water's boring.
listen. Why don't we make that our conversation then? I'll take you to the saloon, 1-on-1. I want to talk with you.
Like a date?
No,
It would be awkward.
outsider forbid. I
Might
need to
wanna
get some
take
straight
other
answers out of
people
you.
with
What?
I need to get some straight answers out of you. I don't think I can do that with them around. That's all.
Okay, as long as it's completely platonic.
Do you even think I'd be interested?
I don't know. I
You have
don't
too
know.
high of
I'm pretty
estimation of yourself.
popular among the ladies.
I imagine she's more into the dark, night loving types. You wouldn't fit in.
Mm.
What?
Just a suspicion.
We're going to move on along for that.
Can I roll insight on that?
On that, everything else,
I don't know.
everything else he's been saying.
He's Batman.
Nope, 2 complications.
And John's like, we can name it something flying, like, the Raven of Argonica. And
Well,
he's like,
okay. That, yeah.
He's been hinting the entire time. And then you finally roll insight, it's 2 complications.
He's just not getting it.
That's amazing.
Anyway, I don't even know how to come back from this.
Well, to the saloon then.
Right, the two. Don't you want to put your stuff away first? You're not going to carry all that with you, certainly.
Good idea.
Sab
Let's go.
Sab walks down the deck, sees the big bag, looks at you two. I'll get it. It's okay. He grabs the top and just starts pulling it very slowly up there.
Careful.
I'll get it.
It's got a
It's
handle,
fine.
Sab.
I know. That's what I'm trying to reach. Not how my arm strength works.
All right. We ready to go to the saloon? That's Ellison. She's down on the ground now.
Oh, you want to come too?
I do.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
say
all
we're
go
having
to
a
the
party.
Saloon.
What's that?
Let's all go to the saloon.
I'm
That's
busy.
really not
He
the
looks
intention right
still
now.
going up the plank.
I need to have some time to talk with Mr. Reed.
Look, we can go into a corner in the saloon and talk while the rest of them get their drinks. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't need to crash your
Date?
No, we're not.
Crash the date.
It is
That's
not.
what
a
you
date.
well,
say.
if,
Is that the
if
word
you
you're
want
looking for?
well, now that I've heard from Hazel that it ain't a date, then it ain't a date.
It ain't a date.
Mr. Reed,
Yes.
Maybe you should
I'm
have a
just
third
kidding, I'm
week.
just
I
kidding.
mean, a +1.
I love that Freudian slip.
I'm sorry. She wouldn't have said
Real-
that. She is.
Listen.
She's.
listen. Let me make this abundantly clear to everyone who's listening. I would like some time alone with Mr. Reed because I don't believe any of the rest of you are going to be able to do the things I'm going to be able to do to get information. I just want to ask him some questions, and I'm going to be a little bit more harsh than I think the rest of you would be.
I can be harsh. Savage still pulling. the
Sebastian,
thing. He's
you
like,
You're gonna
didn't-
torture him
No,
in the
Well,
middle of the
okay,
saloon?
okay.
no. Listen,
I'm a little
Understandable.
concerned.
No.
the rest of you just don't know people.
We all are people.
Maybe not in your sense, but listen. I get the message, gentlemen. We're gonna go around the town and see if there's anything fun to do around here.
yes.
Other than drinking, yeah.
Hey, we'll have to get a drink sometime. He winks at her.
She's
Are you flirting with our pilot?
No.
just gives him the squint
Make
eyes.
a talk check.
Oh, no. Two doubles. Two double
This is gonna be
complications,
boldly.
two double
20 and 20,
complications.
20.
That is 2
Come on.
successes.
Ah,
Dang
Okay.
it.
Noted. I did not know the success rate for that at all. So don't think I also am definitely someone who
Yeah,
just if you roll perfectly doesn't mean you're automatically like
or just
the person
moves
is in love with
along
you.
the spectrum.
I don't know. You have been at least kind of funny, so.
Listen, the rest of you, if you'd like to come get a
Wow.
green gold together later,
Good
I'd
looking.
really enjoy that. I just want to just grill Mr. Reed for a bit first.
Oh, fair enough.
You know what? If I'm gonna be a reporter, a journalist, I need to get used to this. All right, I'll do it.
Good.
Normally, I think you'd be on the other end of getting the information, but
But that's fine. Listen, why don't the rest of you join us later? For now, stick around here.
I've been cooped up in an airship for all this time. I'm gonna go into the town. Y'all are welcome to join me, but that's up to you.
Sorry, Ellison, of course.
All right. Also, did you want the protectors to pay you for the use of the airship?
I
Because
had
we're
not
poor.
asked for it, but we'll see if Sab did, because Sab was the one there with them.
That was probably like, we're poor.
I just got too much
I don't
pride
have
for
a
that.
job.
That's Sab.
She'd probably ask about the gold bars that were in the safe, but
Things happen.
she would give
more or less
you
gone.
75 notes, which is
It's something.
it's something, you know.
Yeah, he's happy with it. Like, it don't feel like you need to always pay for it. I mean, don't take it with us knowing, but just because.
So I'm taking Mr. Reed to the saloon.
You are.
All right, so he's gonna offer his arm.
No, thanks.
All right, I was just being a gentleman.
Well, I appreciate the gesture, but I really don't know, like, or trust you yet.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sorry, I got a bit flustered earlier. This is just weird situation. Listen, I just want to get to know you a bit better. You're going to be moving onto our ship.
Isel and
even
Jacob
if
make
it's
a perception check.
even if it's on a
Don't look oriented. It's my name.
You success.
One success.
Two
One success,
successes.
2 successes.
Who's it? Who's there?
Jacob, you would turn around and you're walking through the streets of Triptych right now, and it's pretty busy. But you do see a man in a gray suit with a peaked cap and a shotgun with 3 barrels slung over his shoulder. You don't know who that guy is.
Or is there an
Well,
owl?
wait a second. You know what? You do know that it's the enforcer that's with this group.
Seriously? You're having me followed?
what? Gray, listen, why don't you stay at the cockpit for the rest of them?
He ducks into an alleyway.
Give me a second to go handle this.
What?
Give me a second to go handle this.
Okay.
And I'm going to go walk back to where Gray was.
Gray's gone.
Isel has a problem
Guardsman
with trying
Candler.
to go on one-on-one platonic interactions with men and having an enforcer try to follow them into it.
If I had a nickel for every time, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
It's not a date. It's
Yeah.
totally not. My enforcer friend's even here. I don't want him to be, but
Guardsman Candler.
So you walk into the alleyway and
Yeah, no, I'm just shouting into the alleyway.
I'd stay out of alleyways. It's not safe.
What, afraid I'm gonna get kidnapped by the Raven of Argonica?
What?
you're doing it.
What?
I said, are you afraid I'm gonna get kidnapped by the Raven of Argonica?
excuse me, miss.
No.
You'd see Candler is on the roof of a building that's like it's 2 stories up. He just peeps his head over the roof. The title is Watchman Candler.
Watchman Candler.
Yes.
Apologies. Why are you following us?
I wanted a drink at the saloon, and I was just heading that specific direction.
Which is why, as soon as we addressed you, ran for the hills.
The hills. I'm on a roof there.
It's a saying.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm on a roof now.
I can see.
Hmm.
Where are you hiding from us?
Not hiding.
Yeah,
If
you're
I was
hiding.
hiding, you wouldn't see me. I'm on a roof.
So
can
you
see me.
said.
Yes.
If you want to go get a drink, go get a drink.
Well, all right. You would see him just leap over to the next roof and just keep going.
I think that handles that.
Did you have like a 5 in free running or something?
He's pretty good at it.
It's something at least.
Well, onto the saloon.
Anyway,
Yeah, so sorry, I'm so out of it tonight. Yeah, I'm assuming we would get there.
Yeah. Make another perception check.
No, you fall on a pit and die.
Again, one success.
Wait, no perception?
Yep.
No successes.
You know what? One success would probably do it. Eventually, you would see while going into the saloon, you would see a couple of Triptychian watchmen standing at this house and looking up at the roof. It's like, you can't just climb on roofs like that. And you hear Cameron just say, I'm an enforcer. It's fine. Enforcer business. On a roof. And them just arguing outside.
he can handle it.
Totally not my problem. I'm just
Yep,
gonna
that's
go
right.
in.
Yep. Okay, so you go into Vin's Whisker.
What's your poison, Mr. Reed?
Do they have any juice?
The bartender looks at you like,
You don't drink.
Oh, I do drink. I just don't feel like drinking right now.
got orange juice.
I'll take a tall glass of orange juice, please.
Someone put that in quotes and
Tall glass of orange juice. I mean, you need it. You need it for some mixers, so it's true. He pours you a glass of orange juice. You want any pulp?
A lot of it.
Oh, no.
He just like takes an orange, just rips it apart.
All right, and he pours you an orange juice.
They say, how many notes is that?
2.
Here you are. Just drinks it. That hits the spot.
You came to the pub because you wanted to get orange juice.
Look, it's early in the morning, okay?
It's
Well,
fair.
most
It
of
is.
the
It is
before.
really early.
I'm
in
gonna
the
have
morning.
orange juice in it.
Then why did you want to go to the saloon in the first place?
Well, I thought we were going to have a party. And what's a party without alcohol? But since we're not having a party and we're not having a date, I figured orange juice would suit the occasion.
Oh, right.
You gotta get something, miss.
Just a whiskey, please.
Fair. That'll be 5 notes. Make a survive check. Boldly or forcefully.
Yeah, 2 successes.
Okay, you're good.
Mr. Reed, take a seat.
He is seated.
You're at the bar, right?
Oh, in the corner, I would imagine.
Oh, okay, corner.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sits down. Take a seat.
She
This
looks
guy.
flabbergasted for a second, and then shakes her head and sits down.
You said you were from the Isles. Whereabouts?
Near the Dunwall area.
In Dunwall or near?
In and around.
Interesting place to be.
Hmm?
And you came to Pendicia why exactly?
Opportunity and to get away from the war. It's the-
Common refrain. Do you have family there?
No.
Do you have family here?
No.
Any friends worth noting?
Well, a few.
Anyone I know of?
I doubt it.
Listen, we could beat around the bush all we want, but
What?
We could beat around the bush all we want, but
Mhm.
that's not what we're here for.
No, of course not. Let me get out my pencil and a piece of paper.
You know about the Raven of Argonica.
Okay, yes, he and I are friends, yes.
Where'd you meet him?
He made me promise not to say.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
Deception, persuasion. Persuasion, deception.
2 successes.
No successes. Alright, you can tell he's lying.
That was a lie. Try again.
Good job! Yes, he didn't make me promise. I just choose not to tell.
Three successes.
One success. He's telling the truth. He chose not to tell.
Why'd you choose not to tell?
Because he's my friend.
That's another lie.
What?
That's another lie.
Okay. Shit. Yes, yes. What exactly do you want to know?
I want to know why the Raven of Argonica wants to come on board our ship.
He doesn't. He wants me to come on board.
You can cut it.
Like in what?
You can stop lying.
Makes you think I'm lying.
You are the Raven of Argonica.
All right. How did you figure it out? Yeah, I'm genuinely impressed.
Call it intuition.
I don't know what that is, but you've got a lot of it.
So again, I'll ask you one more time. What is it the Raven of Argonica wants on our ship?
What are your dealings with the Ebony Persuasion?
They kidnapped us.
Mhm.
We got free, bargained with them for something they wanted that some friends of ours gave them.
What is it that they wanted?
That I'm not at liberty to say.
See, that's why I want to come.
What's your tie to the Persuasion?
Well, basically, it's a criminal organization, and I want to bring them to justice.
You know what it is they want.
I was hoping I'd find out from you.
How did you hear of them?
I was dealing with some criminals, and I overheard one of them talking about it. That's all the information I could get.
Four successes.
Complication. He appears to be telling the truth.
Darn! After I got 4 successes too. Okay, well.
You're just like really sure. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he's telling the truth.
So, just because he heard of a criminal organization, and just because they came up in conversation with us once casually, you decided that it's good to drop everything and come on our ship with us and try to find them.
Right. I heard that 30 people died at that party. Now, I heard now that it's not true, but criminal organization that's so clandestine that will suddenly expose themselves for that reason seems kind of shady and also dangerous.
Well, that's definitely true. I'm just wondering why them specifically.
Because they're next on my list.
Your list.
Not a literal list.
Oh, sorry.
This is what I do.
Why?
Because they're criminal scum. They deserve to be brought to justice.
But why you?
Because I'm the only one I trust to do it.
Nobody just does that. Nobody just goes ahead and does what everything seems to do like that for the common good. There's something in it for you. What is it?
All right, there's no point lying to you because obviously you're going to know. You're great at this. You have a lot of that, what do you call it?
Intuition.
Intuition. I have a debt to pay.
To whom?
Myself and to the rest of society.
A debt from what?
Things I did in the past.
Were you criminal scum, as you put it?
Yes.
Spare you the dignity of asking exactly what. That's a much better reason. And what changed?
I was a cultist.
Should I be watching myself?
No. I
I'm not your type of target.
no. I haven't killed a person that didn't have good reason to be killed in a long time.
What does good reason mean to you?
Murderer, someone who hurts other people.
And what does that make you?
Don't know.
Okay.
Arbiter of justice. Revenge. Get it.
And when does it end? What's
When
the
I'm
goal?
dead.
What are you trying to do?
This world is a strange place filled with a lot of different people. And the ones I've seen, a lot of them are just innocent people going about their own business.
Nobody's innocent.
What?
Nobody's innocent. Not really.
Nobody, really. But when some get into power, get authority, get power, get any other kind of strength, they often tend to take it out on that don't deserve. Extract price and blood and material gains from people. It's not fair.
So you're fighting back against the entire world. Just you.
Only the people who deserve it.
And aside from information on the Ebony Pervasion, what do you think that traveling with us is going to do for you?
Well, clearly they have a target on your back. Hoping that you might lead me directly to them.
If it's all up to me, we're never going to run into them again.
I don't think it is up to you.
You might be right there. Listen, there's things that we're involved in right now that we can't be exactly open about.
Sure.
And you're going to need to be able to respect that.
As long as you hurting innocent people, I can respect secrets.
You know, you said you'd heard of the cult, right? And what we stood for.
Anarchy. Wait, what? What was your question?
You know what our cult stood for.
Your cult.
You probably heard of them. And their general message in that they weren't destruction cultists.
Yeah, I thought she asked what my cult was.
Yeah. I figured. Anarchy. Whoa. Wrong cult, my
Wrong.
friend.
You know about my
Wrong
cult?
cult.
Anarchy. Oh, sorry.
Wrong cult.
Oh. I've heard a little bit about them. And I can respect that.
Then you can respect me.
See.
I'm
Even the leader's a respectable organization. Tracks in it.
I'm following the Reeves guidance, and anything you know about him should imply that that's not going to lead astray. Yes. I've
Reeve. You're just making up words and saying titles.
Look it up. It's a thing.
This
It's a
one was actually
thing.
Spencer's invention.
Yeah.
Reeve Leonard Glenn.
What?
What was that again?
But if you can trust his motivations as he's expressed them in the past, as you've seen them in the cult, then you can respect what I'm doing now.
Fair enough.
But you're just going to need to understand that there are going to be some things that My friends and I are going to need to keep secret.
Fair enough. I can respect your secrets if you respect mine.
As long as I'm sure they're not going to cause us any harm, sure.
Same. I do have one question. I found out that you came over to Pandysia, the Mabel's.
Maple's crew. I'm sure you heard of what happened to the ship.
Yes. Do you know any of the other passengers? Any that appeared unstable or
Are you talking about Jared Valentine?
yes.
Met him in the incident with the There were pirates on the ship on the way over. He was a part at getting rid of them.
He's dead now.
He did. And he deserved it. Was he on your list? Any relation? He went by John Reed when we knew him.
This doesn't excuse any, but did have a troubled childhood.
How old are the two of them in comparison to each other?
Valentine was 27.
How old
Jacob
is
Reed is
Close.
he? Maybe this is just a common last name. Was he a brother?
no, not a brother. Practically like one though. Grew up together and on the streets in Dunwall.
It's the sort of bond that ties people pretty closely together.
I came from an orphanage. He came from. He was an orphan for a time after his grandparents were.
When did the two of you meet?
Oh, I was 9 or 10. I don't remember. We both survived by stealing and taking what we. Orphanage wasn't a friendly place.
The streets aren't either.
No.
But they're at least one where you can make your own way.
True. Anyway, we both got older, and the corruption and bureaucracy, just the entire society in Dunwall, just made it impossible to live any better. That's when we both joined. It was a cult, but it was geared towards taking down the empire. It was called the Silver Dagger, and both joined up. Valentine specialized in more explosives, and I specialized in quiet killings, precise target. Eventually, my targets weren't politicians or bureaucrats anymore. There were family members, children, and other people. I just couldn't do it anymore.
And where you had regrets, Valentine had satisfaction.
Oh, of course. Valentine didn't fit in with the cults because they weren't as aggressive as he liked. He was a madman. Eventually, the cult expelled him, being too radical. He came back and attacked the cult, killed most of the leaders, and formed his own cult. That was after I'd left.
That's the last you saw of him.
That's the last. We had a falling out.
You'd be worried if you hadn't.
Still, I knew of him, but I felt feel.
He brought it upon himself in the end. He didn't have to.
Anyway, enough about me. Tell me about your childhood.
Well, I mean, nothing specific to tell you about, just aside from the fact that I understand. The streets are a hard place to grow up. I guess where you had the silver dagger. Reeve Glynn and I had the cult of the forgotten. As much as there is to it.
Sweet and short. I like it. Anyway, were there any other questions you had for me?
That does a good bit to ease my mind already. I just wasn't sure if we could stay on topic with the others around, you know?
Sure.
Well, I mean, you saw how much Sab was, begging me for money and on.
Oh, true. He
Bringing
can't
up other
stop
things.
talking.
I guess I just wanted to see for myself what kind of man you were. I wasn't
Yes.
sure I'd be able to do it as efficiently with them around.
I would like to offer my deepest apologies for kidnapping your friend. I didn't feel like I had any other way to get the information I needed, and also the dog. I didn't want to hurt the dog.
You'd probably better tell Anton that.
Yes.
The others suspect as well.
Yes. Well,
It was only a
Yeah.
suspicion for me too, but I figured the one way to get an answer was to be sure.
very well. And he's gonna finish his orange juice and make sure to get all the pulp.
Disgusting.
Well, I guess I'm hesitant. Welcome aboard, Mr. Reed.
Thank you.
Back to the ship.
Yes.
You might want to do some explaining to the others.
Yes.
And some apologizing.
They all know.
They suspect, like I had.
You all have intuition.
From what Sab tells me, at the very end of that dialogue of yours, you were a little overt. My friend Jacob Reed really wants to go on the boat with you. You should let him do it.
thought that was so clever.
Next time you need to lie to someone, let me help.
All right. Next time you need me to beat someone up, let me help.
You got a deal. So I guess we're heading back to the ship. Have we seen Candler come in at all?
Yeah, he did indeed come in, and he's probably talking to someone by the bar.
I'm so sorry. He said it was Watchman Candler, right?
Yes.
Watchman Candler?
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. You all selected this same drinkery.
Didn't get into too much trouble on the roof, did you?
Trouble on the roof? What do you mean?
I saw you having a bit of a shout out with some people down there.
A shout out. They just don't know the laws of this place.
Listen, if you're going to be crawling around on the roofs, I'd recommend sticking to orange juice
Orange juice.
so you don't fall off.
Good recommendation.
I know that from experience. Don't try it.
The bartender, one orange juice. Again. Pulp or no pulp? No pulp, please. Thank you. You get it in a small glass.
Jacob Reed will remember this.
No.
So yeah, we're heading back to the ship.
Okay.
Lightweight. I see.
Can't handle his pole.
I don't want the pulp. I'll just get the whole orange. Come on.
That's why I don't eat oranges.
Too much pulp.
I hate pulp.
Yeah.
I love orange juice and I hate pulp. So oranges is just like the highest pulp orange juice, and I hate it.
True.
The
Yep,
worst.
yep, yep. All right. You guys head back to the ship. What are you up to?
Dab was gonna pull the guy's thing into one of them and then
Good.
start looking for drawers because he's pretty sure it's booby trapped. Gonna try and somehow
All right, make a tinker check carefully.
His lowest stat. He fails.
Slowly, slowly, slowly pull it open. You hear a click. And then it finally opens. That was just the lurch of the drawer. No, it's not booby trapped. Right? It's right, Josh. It's not booby trapped.
No, it's not.
Okay,
The
yeah.
last thing I had Jared Valentine do for me, last time I saw him, booby trap my chest of drawers.
I can't let
So he
anyone
just
get
kind
me
of checks
my,
through it to see what's in it.
Okay.
Check for like
my newspapers.
any hidden like.
Yeah. Make a tinker check carefully once again. Sorry, I would have rolled with the past check, but it was to do something
Okay,
different.
1 success.
I don't think you would find anything.
So he puts everything back.
What would he find in there?
And where?
Just in the writing desk.
Well, so basically there's 2 drawers, one on either side. On the one on the right, you'd find just a stack of old newspapers.
Right.
And in the other one, he'd find just blank sheets of paper.
Yeah.
And maybe like writing utensils, things like that.
Okay. Yep. Totally fine. But eventually, Jacob Reed, Heisel, and Candler would return.
Sab, had you wanted to have a conversation with Anton first, or is it okay for us to get back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Probably he would do. You guys may have.
Sure.
Ooh, exciting.
All right. Where's
He was on his way to the room that Jacob Reed was in, or somewhere around there, generally.
opens the Oh, hey. That looks back in the room. Can I talk to you real quick?
Sure.
You can check the desk if you I can't see it.
Okay.
Weird to bring it down.
A mobile desk, it is a little weird, isn't it?
It's a bit much. You could
Especially
just,
like you're some
bring a book.
masked vigilante. Why
Folder.
do you have a whole desk? Is there a lot of paperwork in being a vigilante or something?
Really. There's also a bunch of newspapers. Except he said they want. So maybe it's. Also, he thinks I give informational work about the Tears of the Crying Sea.
Tears of the Constancy.
Tears of the Constancy.
That's actually what you find in the desk. You find one of those horrible fan fictions
Mm.
that Mikhail was talking about.
Do you write the bad fan fiction?
It's all him.
No.
No. Okay. Oh.
Imagine.
That'd be hilarious.
That's
He
a
is a
bit-
fan of the radio show, though.
Oh, there you go.
Good.
As he
As
should be.
everyone should be.
You want to join our party, eh? What do you think about the Tears of the Constancy? Never cared for it. Next. Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
Just have just come by the check it out.
He checks it out, which I
Already
rolled
did.
a check
Oh.
for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Just-
It's very similar thought process.
So,
Darn.
Okay, so I want your advice.
Like what?
Okay, so I have this friend. They basically know this person who they want to join their.
Could you give fake names to all these so that it's easier to track?
Okay. There's Cobbler, and he has a band. And then he has a few people in the band And there's like the outer band, and then there's like the is like for music musicians, and he kind of wants to bring a new person, kind of outskirts person into like the more inner skirts, and he's a little wary of it. They've been there's some like gray areas that he's not super concerned about. So the person is Dennis Torb. Yeah, Dennis Torb is been he's a little not quite the most little little weird, hard to read.
Hard to read.
Hard to read, I guess you could say. Yeah, so Cobbler's, he's trying to just figure out like, should he trust Dennis? Should he? Because like Cobbler, he's had people that he's trusted before, and they've stabbed him in the back, and he would rather that not happen. I feel like just he feels like there's maybe that could happen again. So he just wondering what my opinion was. I was like, I know a guy who I could ask, so I'll talk to him about it.
Was it Dennis that wanted the advice or Cobbler?
Cobbler.
Well, I think it depends on what Cobbler's done in the past, from what I gather, and how much that's changed. I mean, generally, people are less trustworthy and more likely to stab a person in the back if they're, murdery. Particularly people who are bent on vengeance all the time. Not a great place to be.
I don't think Dennis. He seems pretty trustworthy in that area.
As in, he's not bent on revenge.
Not really a. I don't think. Just.
Well, it might depend on if Dennis thinks that someone else is the murdering type.
Yeah. Just Dennis. He seems kind of not super. Cobbler feels like he can talk to him about anything. Yeah, like he's one of those kind of not quite in yet. Trustworthy.
Well, I mean,
There's been incidents in the past where Dennis has like done some shifty stuff, hasn't done any harm and stuff. Some
I might
slightly problematic
disagree
things
on
that
that.
some people would read as kind of
might be a little harmful, but that's an opinion. I obviously don't know this Dennis, so I can't say that that would be sketchy behavior because I wouldn't have seen it. But I suppose if you're not comfortable trusting him, just don't.
What if he's already kind of going to be part of the group?
And whose fault is that?
I mean, it was a little awkward. They've been forced into an awkward situation once or twice. Dennis has been pretty trustworthy in those.
Not to say I know Dennis, but sometimes someone can be pretty useful, and I get the idea that Dennis might be, especially for people who travel a lot,
They
might
do.
be pretty useful. Sounds like he's might be prepared for that. I wouldn't know, but someone can be useful and not trustworthy. So you
You
could
walk that line.
you're friendly, but you never trust them.
Yeah.
And then when they stop being useful, you stop being friendly and you kind of just leave or boot them out.
That does make sense.
Unless it turns out he was trustworthy, and then I don't know.
How do you
It doesn't
tell if
sound like it
someone's-
though. Well, they don't attack you. That's the obvious one. If they attack you, they're probably not trustworthy.
What if
They don't attack
What if
innocent
they
creatures
kind
or
of-
people around.
what if,
That's another
like-
untrustworthy thing.
What if maybe you tried? I mean, if there was a bar fight and Cobbler tried to hit Dennis, and then Dennis.
Cobbler want Dennis dead?
No, no, of course not. Cobbler he grew up really rich, and everyone was out to get him for his money because he was so rich.
He was?
Yeah, he had Dunwall geese. The feathers are really valuable. Dunwallian geese.
I know what Dunwallian geese are. Is that
Roll
a
a study
thing?
check.
He sounds so disappointed.
Study what?
Carefully or cleverly.
No, I got nothing.
There could be geese, Dunwall.
I like that's the failure result.
I mean, not that I'm the most familiar with Dunwall, but Dunwall geese sound nice. How did Cobbler get Dunwall geese? Why doesn't Cobbler have Dunwall geese now?
he-
What happened?
He done Cobbler's me, okay?
I know,
Oh, why are you asking about geese?
because I didn't know you ever owned geese.
I don't own geese.
What'd you own then?
I didn't own anything. We lived on a sticking farm. We had normal animals. We had geese, but they were just geese.
So you did have
and
geese.
blood cows and stuff like
Blood
that.
cows?
Oh my goodness. Yes, you just had normal animals. If the blood cow is
I
not.
thought you said you were rich.
That was
Is that
a
a
lie.
relative thing?
That
Like
was
you
a
were richer
lie.
then,
It
but
was
now-
an obvious lie.
It wasn't that obvious. Especially because I was trying to keep track in my head of whether or not Dennis was Jacob Reed, and I imagine it was. By the way, he's not trustworthy, I don't think. Could be wrong. I don't know.
Oh.
But since it seems like
All right,
that's already
you guys
been
can
a
leave
thing.
the room. We'll get into it now.
Okay.
Spencer, I mean, if,
I'm not leaving. I'm
okay.
getting
I was
Good.
like, I was like,
I was
mean,
confused.
you don't
I was like, why
have
is the
to
DM not to
leave.
get the like
All
what?
right. Okay. Oh, the Dennis is Jacob Reed?
That's what I assumed. Was I wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of that doesn't necessarily make sense in my head if it wasn't. I was operating under an assumption because you said he was hard to read.
It's Heisel.
Oh, she's not trustworthy either. But that is a more complicated situation.
Why I didn't go to her for this? I feel like she would pick up on the Dennis thing.
Probably. You know, Jacob Reed is a lot easier to read than Hazel is.
Yeah.
Should have used a woman's name.
You asked for names, and now I'm giving names.
Oh, that was me.
It was fine. Just make up stuff really fast.
So you're worried Hazel's gonna stab you in the back?
Yes. I told her about my mark really early on, and it was because I thought I was dying. There was a curse on the
Oh, that was the rich thing. No?
Sure, I guess. Yeah, that's what I meant. That was the rich thing. Yeah, a geese. That's what we call.
The outsider's key.
Yeah, yeah. Feathers of the. Anyway,
Makes a lot of sense.
so I just
I'm new to
panicked
that.
and had to tell her about it, and I didn't want to tell anyone about it. And so then I'm telling Heisel about it, and I'm like, I don't know if I should tell Heisel about it. And then like she's been fine with it, but then I find out that she lies about stuff all the time apparently, and now I don't know what to do because she knows about that and stuff like that, and I don't know what to do because then she got kidnapped, and I'm feeling like I need to talk to her about stuff, and but then if I talk to her about stuff, then I need to open up about stuff, and then she's in the middle of the band, and I don't know what to do because if she's in the part of the band, then I don't know because then she can stab me in the back at any point. Sorry, that was a much. It's been hard when you guys got kidnapped. I thought you guys died. I think I've just lost it.
Yeah.
You guys. I mean, you don't feel right, but became group. There's not anyone. Thought they're take you into the void.
No, the people you're trying to get revenge with. I don't know what to do about Hazel, honestly. I'm not even sure that she wouldn't have made a deal with the Pervasion. I'm not sure what they would have said, what she would have said to them. I don't think she necessarily would have kept things from them if it would have benefited her.
Not even just like I get people break all people up. I realized that if I lost you guys and I hadn't told you any of this, then I realized it. And now I just can't tell her. I feel like if I do, then I'm vulnerable.
I don't really know what that would feel like. I think sometimes being vulnerable is not something that you can control. Sometimes it's just happens and you didn't mean it to, but and you are and you can't go back.
Ever want? I mean, man, what then?
Well, I have a lot of memories of people that don't make sense together, and I can't see them and I can't find them, and like a bunch of people are behind a wall. I can sort of see them, but
They're pieces thrown together. Air.
well, sort of like that. Doesn't match up, but anytime I try to look for anyone, they're not there. Like all these pieces were torn straight out of the world or something, and now I'm still here and I can't find them.
I don't know a lot of people. What I can guess from void research, figuring mechanics to make something you need to pull from different areas. You talked about that dream you had. Pieces. I'd be
That's what I'm afraid of.
I don't think you're afraid of it. Because if you're you and have one person, and if you're a little bit of bunch of, then maybe you have a little bit of a bunch of people.
Maybe. Kind of an odd situation.
It's like
Odd because you're the people I've spent the most time with. For some, well, could be ever, I don't know. I don't know how much is right and how much is messed up, or how much I'm inventing trying to make sense of other things, or what. So the parts of my memory I can really trust, you're the people I've been around the longest. Hazel's, I don't know. She lies, but I don't think she has it out for people.
I think she won't tell about me. I was right.
Maybe if someone's that close already and they already have the things that you're worried about them having, a little bit more is not the worst.
Like a lot. Pulls up them. What I am. Who I am. Would you if there was if I don't know the doctor chain I don't know, maybe not him. Something.
Sounds like it did, Brendan. One of the things he made, and
Yeah, well, he sucked.
it didn't really work out.
One that maybe seems like it's
If we're trying not to, I don't know what I would do. At some point, I think you might be too interconnected to go back. Maybe the only way is forward. Is it something that could backfire that hard?
for me, but when it wouldn't do him anyway. Something I can about it. the ebony pervades that free the world. I think I can see trying to help. I can also say like, definitely be manipulating. I could see how they could be trying to help. Isn't that? It kind of just looks back at you, but it doesn't really see you. I think that's why we built the. We want to have something that and you kind of understand it a little bit more. Talk to it, reason with it.
Something a little bit less heartless.
Maybe that's heartless. Just it's wild, beautiful, insane, and insanity itself. But it's beauty. It was beautiful there, but hey, too many things. Just can't. A lot of whales. I do not.
What do they do?
They try to eat things that are super small. No nutrition.
That's your problem with whales.
One, all are like
I'll take your word for it.
probably the best. I feel like they put on. Whale, look at me. No, I'm dying. Want to eat.
We're the small thing with no nutritional value.
It's me. Try to eat me.
They tried to eat you?
Yes.
Well, that doesn't sound very fun.
They wouldn't do that in the void.
Okay.
They don't eat people.
Oh,
Sorry.
felt like they were. Seb
Yeah.
felt like they were.
Yeah,
trying to eat him.
they could seem threatening, but
They probably, yeah. That was probably more it. They were
Yeah,
just swimming really close.
they're
and
beast
this
Seb
is
was-
black
not
eyes.
something you would know, but it's very, very, very heavily implied that whales are actually sentient and even conscious of life. So they wouldn't someone.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seb just super freaked out. by
Yeah,
whales.
understand. It's perfectly understandable. To
Yeah,
be
they
scared
probably
of
kept like
They're
hitting
giant
him,
things.
trying to like nudge him somewhere, and then he just kept freaking out.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah.
I don't know if this is your style, but if it's something that might be that bad if it got out, if you're worried about Heisel knowing about it, maybe get some leverage in return. Manufacture some way that it can't be used against you, else it would backfire on her. That's not
Hmm.
a recommendation because that's how you tend to do things. I just think she might respect it because she can be kind of like that.
When you drew a picture of Heisel, also when she was,
Hungover.
yeah, what'd you, if I may?
Through a few times, she was a child of the streets.
Hmm.
Mother was a baker.
Out.
She's had to put on a lot of confidence that she hasn't always felt.
So, if you drew a picture of me, you like I haven't. I mean, if you do it, there's
I mean, I have. Wanted that?
get a painting of yourself. I made a life lesson. Things I want to do. That was on there. But you,
Get you a nice full
that'd be nice.
painting.
Maybe picture someone else.
No. That's not how portraits work. When you commission a portrait, you kind of have to be the person that's in front. Actually,
know.
you're almost always the only person in there. Sometimes people pose with other
Just
people,
I guess
but
if people come and maybe see it, weird a little bit.
why?
Well, I mean, there's that one guy. He had the big painting, of himself.
Everyone gets paintings painted of themselves.
What
It's
guy
not
are you
always
talking about?
ego.
I think the one like
Oh, Darrigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot I got a. Yeah.
like a really big picture of himself.
It-
Probably.
I think he was looking for one.
maybe that.
He
that could've
wanted
been.
one. He didn't know.
Yeah,
that was
he was
He's not
good.
that
He
big.
commissioned one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
The other thing that you have to remember about paintings is that, especially with someone like me, where I'm learning about the person by painting them, it tends to be more based on what you are, who you are. So if you're an arrogant person who's painting a big painting of themselves just so that they can show themselves off to the world in the best light and have everyone love them, that might show. If you're not, that might show too.
Thing about me.
Something about the code names.
Oh, Cable?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were your idea.
I mean, Argon kind of was good. Quick ones. They liked it. Most of them, Argon. Me about his.
Is that his real name or his code name?
He was Iron.
Argon is his real name?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is to save note that it is not argon, like the element. It is argon. With an
Argon.
A. Yeah.
Argon. Argon.
Which
Argon.
would be. It's hard to tell. It's if you say argon, it can come off as a weird pronunciation of argon. So,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Came up with Night, Flame, Rose, Flintlock.
I don't want to put a damper on this, but would you guys mind
Yes.
speeding this
I
up
think-
a little bit so
yeah.
we can get everybody back in
Yeah,
here?
it's probably pretty. Flintlock. Yeah. Well, go take some more nap. Thanks for talking. It was good. Helped. I'll tell Cobbler all about it that he needs.
Also tell Cobbler that his naming conventions can be a little confusing at times. Sounds like he did it better the first time he made up names for everybody.
Yeah.
Those ones sounded kind of cool.
Tab leaves. I'll get it.
All right.
Jacob Reese really have no sleep darts? He doesn't? Where are they? Upset.
You want to tell them about how I killed Anton?
Yeah.
Oh, it was killing.
No, wait. I'm gonna wait until they can see the scene.
Yeah. You guys have to go.
It's gonna be interesting.
Okay.
You guys are probably gonna get back and be like, "What? Not another one."
Okay. Well, we are coming back.
It wasn't even Jacob Reed this time. I mean, John Reed.
Jacob Reed.
All right.
I'm already confused.
Yeah.
You all
Wasn't
do
even-
come back. You're all back on the airship.
Do we notice anything going on?
They have searched the desk, and you wouldn't see them, so
Okay.
they'd probably be just hanging out. So nothing
Yeah.
too crazy.
Probably better talk to them about what we discussed.
All right, guys.
Towards you guys.
Ellison comes too, just because that was loud. He wants to be involved.
Look around and be like, where's Anton? Not coming. You don't hear him coming, but then he comes out.
Wow. That was wow. Wow. Lifts his left hand for some reason. Wow. Wow. I beat you. I am the best.
You beat him at what?
Just like to be fashionably late or something?
When I feel like it, I just want, some people think that they can control where you are at any time, and I think people can't,
Very common courtesy, though.
I'm just saying sometimes I am busy with things that do matter. Like if I was up in the middle of the night making sure that, I looked cool for the radio.
What are you
Never
trying to
mind.
say?
Like,
Uh,
or Eddie.
like if I was trying to have a cool mask for my alter ego, in the middle of the night, I might not come if someone called me.
You got one of those too?
No. But I'm really mad that. Is he?
Yeah.
I'm really mad that you do.
Totally knew it. Called it.
You guys are all so smart. Honestly, cannot believe you figured that out.
It
Could you
amazes
quit wearing a
me
mask at
sometimes.
night? It's really annoying not to be able to see someone's face when you're trying to identify them.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Just has a thing
Wait,
with faces.
when was I wearing a mask at night?
Well, it wasn't at night. I heard someone talk about the radio.
Oh, yeah.
But when you did attack all of us and my dog,
Look, about that, I'm very, very.
Wait a second, you're the guy that drugged me.
yeah, you drugged her too.
Yeah.
I'm so
You
sorry.
shouldn't drug a lady without her consent.
I didn't want to
You
have to
shouldn't have
hurt
let
you.
me-
It's okay. I beat him
You
up.
do.
It was like a whole thing.
No,
He-
you didn't.
He screamed
You
a
didn't.
long time.
No.
But I'll say sorry to him.
I beat you,
It's
okay?
really embarrassing.
You went out without a fight, okay?
Yeah. He just.
I took you
Maybe
out
if you
3
use something
times.
better than sleep
kept
darts.
Screaming, please, please. I'll lie about this. Won't tell them how amazing you are.
I'm gonna try and make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Um,
Both of you
Goes
make a
against-
talk. Well,
What are you trying
Cleverly.
to persuade him?
You're
I
lying.
missed something.
This is deception, not persuasion for you.
I'm confused.
2 successes.
No successes.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you got what's due then.
All right, come here.
Yeah. Seth just punches him in the face.
What?
like he looks very excited, but also like it's
He
gonna
was
be
trying
a
to arm
lightest
wrestle you.
glance below.
All right, roll to attack, Will
All
Smith.
right. Attack.
10 notes
Swiftly.
for Sab.
Rolling.
Uh,
That's a critical success, and
oh,
This is melee, so
that's
disputed.
also one
I'm gonna
success.
take this one.
3 successes.
Against
Oh,
okay.
okay.
1 in
I'll
12.
give you 30.
Okay, then.
Right.
So you do dodge it.
He ducks and counters with his own right hook. Right.
All right, attack and counter.
All right.
Didn't have any sleep darts.
Like swiftly.
Agree.
Did you search everything?
I tried.
Were there hidden compartments in the desk?
One
I
success.
don't know.
1 success.
Be sure there's gotta be.
Numbers?
I'll go and check.
14.
16 and 18.
While
Okay.
this is happening, Anton's gonna
Or 6
sneak
and
away,
18. Sorry.
sneak back away to Jacob Reed's room.
Okay, so you do dodge.
Anton's gonna sneak back away.
Stab goes with like a I don't know, hit with the.
Actually, as soon as you do that, Ellison just steps forward, grabs both of your heads, and just slams them into each other.
Okay.
Allison.
Go ahead. I
That's
guess you can dispute it if you
I
want,
guess-
but this was kind of a surprise attack.
No,
Okay.
no one was expecting that.
Did you roll
No
a
one
good success?
was.
You rolled a critical. So
Okay, no one probably was.
okay.
Okay.
Listen, no fighting on my airship.
Ow.
It's yours, but it's also mine.
Wow.
Wow, she's impressive. I'm
She's
glad we got.
feisty. I like that.
Yeah, you
Where
know,
did
I was
you
a
learn
little
that?
worried. She has
Is
like
that-
this whole
I
big.
took
family.
their
I was
heads
worried
and
they were
I
gonna,
threw 'em
come and
together.
live on there.
What do you mean, where did I learn it?
I mean, most people don't just charge into that kind of thing.
Well, they were fighting and someone had to break them up. I have siblings.
Oh,
Yep.
right. No
So
experience I've had.
And I'm from Dunwall.
You're from Dunwall?
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay. What part?
North side.
Oh. I'm from the south. Can't you tell? Cause my
So while they were fighting,
yeah.
Anton snuck back into Jacob Reed's room, and he's gonna just like try to quickly before the fight stops, try to just like check again
Can
to
I-
make sure he didn't miss anything.
Can
Heisel
I
had
roll
said
perception
something
to see
about
if I see him going?
Stealth check. Move
possible
quietly.
secret doors.
Am I testing this?
Yeah. Perception.
That looks good.
Oh,
One success.
so close.
What's the number?
Can I use any focuses like concentrate that I have never used?
Concentrate? No.
Yeah. No.
You have a
This is
concentrate
stealth.
focus?
Yeah. I thought it would be more useful than it is.
Try to argue that in more times. Like, this is very clearly not a concentrate thing, but like,
Yeah.
for example, like checking that box or checking like the desk, I will allow concentrate because
He's about to
you're
do
taking
that.
some time.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
okay, so my move check was 2 successes,
Okay.
which they were really good.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a bit distracted, so no, you don't see him go into your room.
Bit dazed, probably.
Oh,
I gotta try that sometime.
It's
Hey,
pretty
pal.
useful.
Ow.
Sorry,
Stealing
gentlemen.
that.
no, you're good. I deserved that.
You're good. I didn't deserve it. That's fine. It was impressive.
All right, now apologize to each other.
Downreed, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I beat you up and humiliated you.
His name is Jacob Reed.
I'll take it. Sam tugs him. He starts patting the guy down to see if he has any weapons.
Jacob Reed's gonna do the
Getting
same.
weird.
All right. Do you both
Start patting
want
downhill.
not to be known while
Yes.
doing this? All right, make a move quietly check.
Can we stealth for this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Let's
Then roll a perception check.
one success. Study.
And remember your scores that you got for that, because you're literally contesting them right now.
That is 2 successes.
Okay, so you feel him patting you down.
Study. Alright. Oh, he has a success and a
Okay,
critical success
So-
and a
so you don't feel him patting him down, but he feels you patting you down.
wait, what?
What?
No,
So
no.
you,
I know he's patting me down.
yes, but he doesn't know you're patting him down.
Okay.
Wait, you're both patting each other?
Yes, they are.
This is weird.
I
Do you have
know.
anything? Do I notice anything? I
You
don't
guys joke about me.
You're patting my back down? No.
You guys have a weird kind of hug.
Patting down and
Sav,
feeling
let's
up
go.
are like
That's fine.
very similar.
It's sad.
It's a North Dunwall thing.
Right. Okay.
The skepticism.
I'm gonna roll an insight check on that. That's not a North Dunwall.
Yeah, she just knows it's not a North Dunwall thing, but she's not saying anything.
I
Oh,
oh,
wait.
wait. The look.
I mean, they're.
Are you from Northern Dunwall?
No, I'm from the Southern Shore.
Looks
I also know many people that got robbed on the north side, so.
different. Why do you
It
think we
is-
do that?
What's that?
Why do you think we do it then?
Because you're trying to rob You're trying to rob each other! Don't make me smack you again!
No,
I'm trying to
just
make
making
sure-
sure he didn't rob me.
I'm trying to make sure he
Attention.
wasn't stealing something
It's
from me.
mutual understanding, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's good. Yeah. Where'd you make your mask? Sorry, we can do that later. All right.
Alright.
These guys are like.
Well, yeah,
So anyway, he's the Raven.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's interested in learning more about the Ebony Persuasion.
And I'm very, very sorry for drugging you 3 times. And for trying to drug you.
I'm not
Several
here.
times.
He's not there.
Oh, he's not. And for trying. Where's the other guy?
Probably getting a sketchbook.
He draws?
Yeah.
He's an
an
artist?
Yeah.
Where's his room? I want to draw me.
Well, I think he already did.
You did.
He did?
Yeah.
Just let him come back with his
Kind
sketchbook.
of, you know.
He was just going to get it.
Hey, bring back my picture.
Okay.
Do I hear him in my room?
What's that?
Do I hear him yelling that from my room?
Make a perception check.
One success.
Okay.
I'm not gonna make you roll a check because there's no way to like make your voice. You can't throw your voice, make it sound like it's somewhere else. So I rolled some dice to see how close those rooms are. They're pretty far apart, and you would.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, because he was never
That's
in
right.
it.
He doesn't know where Anton's room is.
Yeah.
but he
Alright,
knows
that's
where
fair.
his
So
room
he would
is.
have to think about it later.
It does sound like it's from your room, but it could be his room. You don't know.
Are we roommates? He's gonna run into the room.
Yes, Samuels. Yes. Low on space.
He runs into the room.
Sebastian, you need
I'm
to let me
gonna-
teach you how to lie better.
As soon as he
What
says
do
that,
I
I'm
do
gonna
when
try
I
to
wanna
barricade
lie?
the door.
What?
What do I do when I want to lie?
Are we room? Okay.
can
Both of
put
you
some
roll a move
closer to the
quickly
truck.
check.
To see who gets to
Okay.
go first.
You're living next to each other or something.
2 successes.
The next.
That
Okay,
makes more
you're going
sense.
first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. I'll go
Roll
do that.
a tinker check. To barricade
I
the
mean,
door.
you're next to each other.
You honestly could just lock it, man.
You're right next.
Well, then I'll lock it and barricade it.
Okay. It's locked and barricaded.
He tries to open the door.
I did do
It's
like
locked.
I rolled 2 successes for barricade.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Sab walks over to like down to where they're at. Hey, so yeah, he's your cabin mate. Yeah, but
Awkward. Do you think he still has a grudge against me?
no, don't worry. It's
It's
by
okay, we'll,
cabin, so it's not
we'll
like
move him to the
in
next
the
room.
same room. It's like next to it. Yeah, it's
Well, excuse me just a moment, but I believe you owe me an apology as well.
she
I
You
did.
apologize for drugging them, but not me.
I'm so sorry. I did apologize.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay. Sorry, because I know you were going back around and you said, I'm so sorry for drugging you and your dog. And nothing. And the person? No.
Anton, why don't you bring out your sketchbook and show him?
It's because I'm naked.
Why are you naked in our room?
I had to change.
It's okay. I don't mind.
The rest of us
I
do.
do.
The rest of us do.
I'm gonna need like 10 minutes if you could just go.
How about I go listen to the radio? Goodbye. And she's just going to the tech.
Oh, you could just go listen to radio.
We could do that.
Let's go listen to the radio.
I still need to get.
Oh,
Cheers.
do you think?
Hmm?
Do you think the show's on?
Could be.
Have you
Yeah,
not
I
listened
feel
to
like I
the
kind of got over
It's
it.
been
though.
too short, unfortunately, for the new episode of you. But there are, of course,
The
reruns.
reruns. That's what.
All right, so we're gonna go
Yeah.
listen to reruns.
Sab like goes there and he's like, you know what? You know, I feel like the first episode was good, but I feel like I kind of got lost. Like, he like it turns on like 5 seconds and he's like grossly interested in everything that's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on. He's writing down little like excerpts.
You know, I know the guy who writes these.
What? No.
He's my secretary. Probably. As long as you promise to be real polite.
I
Crossed
Did
his heart with
Scout's honor on the wrong
note.
on the
That's
wrong
what
side
happened.
and then switched it.
Well, next time we're in Sunline, I'll take you to meet him.
Have you got your pants on yet?
No.
So what's Anton doing?
You can borrow some of mine if you
No,
want. I
thank
don't
you.
care.
He's. Dude, I was gonna argue.
I mean, you guys were on the deck now, right? They left to the radio, which is on the deck.
Which is
You
why I
could just
assume
be
he's
yelling.
yelling down.
Keep yelling.
Yelling.
Okay,
was
all right, that's
really
fair.
loud.
Yeah.
So I was gonna try to argue carefully and add the concentrate focus, but now I'm just gonna argue swiftly because he's like, I want to get out of this situation.
Yeah, swiftly, but you can't get concentrate.
Yeah, I figured.
Does Bill help at all?
Bill does not.
Oh,
Sorry.
Bill.
Despite
Have you
being
used
the
your void
outsider,
point?
Bill does not.
No, I'm gonna use it.
And the
You better
chains
not be
melt.
messing with my box.
Would you roll?
One critical success because I used a void point.
That is still not enough.
Oh,
You find papers.
You gotta let me check it out sometime. Well, I have no reason to. Someday.
You're just rifling through it,
Someday.
and you're just annoyed at the sheer amount of newspapers that this guy has. Like,
What about the other things that he had?
oh, like the writing utensils?
No, the other stuff that he had with him.
Like what?
Oh.
Is that in his room?
Oh,
Oh,
Another
his satchel.
baggage.
The satchel.
Yeah, what's in his satchel?
Well, the satchel he's carrying with him.
Oh, okay.
Dang it!
Sounds like I
And the
tried.
bag just says
That's
clothes.
where it is.
Well, you know, he did just say you could use my pants, and so you find his pants.
I'm stealing his pants.
What?
Okay.
Do they?
I'm not putting them on.
Do they fit?
No, I'm not putting them on.
Okay.
I'm stealing them.
Oh, you're stealing them.
There's just going to be an overly stuffed pocket of his coat when he comes out. It's going to put everything together.
He's wearing the same.
So why don't you show Mr. Reed your drawing of him?
Personal. Get it.
Here. Oh, I'm sorry.
He shows the one where he's like all masked up, and then he shows the portrait.
Yeah.
Wow. What a masterpiece.
You should draw me sometime. If you want to.
You haven't, from what I remember.
I haven't done that.
Mostly
I'll
'cause-
do that.
You should.
I think she'd make a fine subject.
Decide who
Thank
I
you.
draw pretty much based on my own whims and can't be predicted or persuaded anyway. Without money.
Well, I'm glad you did a freebie for me.
That was for me.
Well, yes, but as long as I got to see it, I'm satisfied.
It's not how art works. Sort of is. It's not how art. Well,
I will go
It's
down
not
in
how it
history
typically
as
works.
having been drawn.
I'll burn that up before I die.
Well, hopefully I'll die before you then,
No, I'll die first.
if you insist.
Anyway, I've got
Actually,
places to
my
be.
liver's failing. Did you hear? You heard about that?
We're gonna get
Oh,
you some
yes,
line. It's gonna be
yes.
fine.
Well,
We just gotta finish up a couple of things here first.
Good thing I didn't poison you.
kind of did.
I didn't.
You bought me alcohol, which was poison,
Well,
Do
essentially.
you have
it wasn't.
poisons?
What?
Do you have poisons?
No.
Insight check.
I'm gonna add an insight.
2 successes.
Nope. I don't think I got anything.
He's lying.
What poisons have you got?
Just tranquilizers.
No, there's more than that.
That's very unspecific.
No, the same stuff I used on him
There's
How
more than
many
that.
times?
3 times.
Do you have different dose for dogs?
It's a big dog. I figured he'd be safe.
She.
I am.
You shouldn't take risks with other
Wait,
people's
he?
animals.
He?
She.
No, she.
Yeah, Bill's a she.
Well, he's good. Is Bill here?
Yeah.
He's gonna turn to Bill. So sorry, drugging you. What does Bill do?
Make a talk check.
Persuade a dog.
That is correct.
Talk.
This session has
Can
been
you
like a
talk
straight up
quietly
fever
using
dream.
my soothing voice?
Yeah,
This
you
session
can
has
talk
been a straight up
quietly.
fever dream.
I will allow it.
Hear that?
That is one success.
Okay. Bill does not bite or bark, so must have done something right.
Oh,
That walks.
she's adorable.
That
No,
walks over to Bill.
What?
she's adorable to me. She's ferocious to you. Bart, Bill.
Bill barks.
There we go.
See, that's a
sorry.
pretty ferocious bark, you know.
It still
She
was
bit
kind of
Sab.
adorable.
Sab walks over to. Yeah, I don't think I ever said. Sorry for taking you.
You what?
It was only once.
That's why I
talk
drugged
check.
the dog. That's why I drugged the dog. I did not want to kick her.
All right,
Why doesn't everybody just avoid
talk.
doing
I'm gonna
anything to
say
Bill?
carefully.
Bill is a
He wants
perfect,
to be.
perfect
Make
girl.
sure she
She deserves
understands.
the best, and you don't need to do
No
anything.
successes.
If she bites you, it
Okay.
means you deserved it.
Fair.
So don't drug
Bill
her.
looks kind of
I
leery.
won't.
Listen,
You just packed.
I've got a race to go to today. Why
A
don't
race?
a race?
Horse race.
Motorcycle race.
Sounds interesting. We can go.
Why don't the rest? I've been personally invited. I'm not sure that extends to others.
Exclusivity.
You could bring a plus.
I'm not sure. I think I am the +1.
Did you say a race? A motorcycle race?
Motorcycle race.
What if we took a ship and launched it from the sky?
What if we just snuck in?
Well, what I
It's
was
sneak in.
going
Or
to
we
say.
could buy tickets like regular people.
Oh,
It's cheaper to sneak in.
It's also criminal.
Yeah, that's right.
So's murdering people, but people do that all the time. They always
Exactly.
get away with it. Well, not always.
What I
Anyway,
was
in the
going
scheme of
to-
things, it's not a big crime.
Finish up saying is, why don't the rest of you see about that curator that I told you about?
Oh,
no.
I actually
I'm
would
going
prefer that.
race.
I'm not
Can
sure
you
I'd be
deal with
terribly
booby
well suited
traps?
anyway. Now listen, if you can
Scandler
take
here?
it, welcome.
I can probably build something to deal
I'll
with
just buy a
them.
ticket.
Okay. Well, I don't know what they are, so we'd have to go there and then find out. But hopefully that will work. I don't know how
hope
crazy
they're
this
not
guy is.
spring race.
I mean, it was just a normal person, just the curator
People
of
can
an
buy
art
spring
museum.
razors. It's possible.
It just seems like a bit
You'll be
much.
surprised how many citizens
I
own
mean,
spring razors.
Booby trapping your lawn is pretty
And how many of them
bit
put them
much.
inside
Sure.
their house because I'm not going to be there.
Anyway, I'll just trust
No,
it to
studies show that
all of your
having a ladder
discretion.
in your house is as dangerous as 7 spring races. That's why I own 7 spring races. In case some idiot tries to sneak in a ladder in here.
Yeah.
I'll just trust the three of you to deal with it.
Wait, why are we breaking into someone's lawn?
Because I want to.
Because
You're not breaking in. You're just having a conversation with the curator about if
Curator
Oh.
knows about someone that
if
I wanna
he's
know about.
seen Nikolai
Oh.
Graves anywhere, or
He's
if
an
he knows where
artist
he is.
too, Nikolai Graves.
you do that.
I went to the art
I flew
institute.
the airship over the lawn and I dropped down.
No.
We have those big hooks.
I
Why
have
don't
my
you try-
grapple
we got
gun.
hooks.
Listen. Why don't you
I like the
try
hooks better.
just shouting from the edge of the lawn and seeing if he'll let you in first? That's
Good
my one
idea.
tip for you.
Let's not
Good
use a
idea.
grappling hook. That might
I'll
be
do
a
the
bit much.
talking. I'll do the
Normal
talking.
hooks are a little better for this sort of situation.
Anton, why don't you do the talking?
I can do that.
Since he wants the information.
That's
That's
brutal.
fair. That's fair.
Also why I'm pretty non-threatening. Because
So am I. See how suave and charming I am?
you have 2 hands.
Yes, 2 very good-looking hands.
Did you? No, I suppose I had gloves on.
That is not a good-looking hand.
No, and it makes it very non-threatening since it was my dominant hand.
You should leave it uncovered so it's even more non-threatening.
I will when we get there, yeah.
Good idea. Also, what was that really fast whoosh and
I
whoosh
just
thing?
ran. That was just running.
That was a
No,
lot more
I-
than just that.
I can
There's
just
no check
run.
you can do.
I
That
can
was-
run really fast.
You're lying. My intuition is telling me.
You don't have any
Jacob.
intuition.
Jacob,
That's something people are born with or
it's
not.
just intuition.
Yes, that's what I said.
No, you said intuition. One more syllable.
Wait, what?
See, some
What
people
did you
aren't
say?
born with it,
Intuition.
and I can tell since I was that you don't
Intuition.
have any.
Intuition.
So
And then what he said?
I know that you
Intuition.
wouldn't know if I was
Intuition.
lying, which I'm not.
Intuition is what he said.
Nobody
I
can
just
run
am
that
fast. I'm just that fast.
Make a deception check. Make an intuition check.
A complication. That's it.
You have a glove under your outsider marked hand.
He thinks he did. Maybe he pulled the glove off the wrong hand. He's like,
He's just like, look,
Look at this.
That's a very bad looking.
You see an
hand.
outsider's
That's a
mark.
terrible looking hand. Yeah.
It's just
Stab looks at Ellison. Ellison, I have a question about our steering. Could you walk over to?
Oh, of course. I'd love
yeah.
to talk about a
I
power
was
steer.
wondering, just exactly how the void right works and what happens.
Oh,
when
it's
you
not that
turn
complex.
one off and stuff. Like
I'm not the biggest engineer.
that. She's just leading
but
her.
I'm
way,
an
so She's
engineer.
not there.
Smart. Smart, Sebastian.
Yes.
Well, then tell me what exactly you would do with a field capacitor.
Can I make?
Yeah, make a check.
Can I use my engineering focus?
Yes, you can.
All right.
Sab is trying to get Ellison out of there.
Sab will also try and roll for this.
Study
Okay,
cleverly.
yeah, make a tinkering check.
That
I used
is
to have that.
Cleverly?
Oh
Then
boy,
you
is
won't blow up the
engineering like
ship.
listed as a focus?
Yeah.
I had it.
Yeah.
You
With
had
a
it?
meal.
Okay, yeah. This is weird because this is the cross between there's like ship's focus and then there's also engineering.
one success.
She's got the ship's focused. One success. You know that you've heard that void right will actually generate a field around an airship at specific points in order to make it levitate.
Yeah, he'll say that. He'll
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that to
yeah.
her.
All right, all right.
Sorry, my specialty is on more tinkering.
Fancy desks.
Well, yes. Yes.
All right. All right, let me go show you that steering, Sab.
Yeah, thank you.
And she'd take you up.
So outsider's mark was just shown.
Yes.
Sab does write down things that she says, but he's gone.
Oh, you are very, very fast.
You suddenly just accepted that.
I saw your hand.
You
My
you
hand.
don't know about you wouldn't know about the Daredevil herself. But you can recognize that's an outsider's mark.
Would he? Would he? put
You
two
don't
and
know
two
about the
together?
whole 8.
Would he put two and two
thing, but-
together that outsider's mark? He's using witchcraft of some kind.
Absolutely. That is the connection you can make, is
Yeah.
that it is a supernatural power.
You use.
When?
When I tried to stab you a bunch of times.
One way to say it.
Okay, maybe I did. That doesn't mean that I'm not fast anyway.
If you say so, I'll take your word for it.
I ran away from you.
Fair enough, you did. Using your magic.
Well,
We
this
should
just
have a
means-
race sometime.
About right now.
Okay, right now. A race. No magic.
You need to
You like
judge.
jumping across roofs, right?
What?
Or is that not part of being the Raven?
I've done that before.
You good at it?
Fairly. I
Let's
normally
run
have
across
my
the
grapple
roofs.
gun to help me get around, but
Let's
I
run
don't
across the
know.
roofs. No grappling. No grappling gun.
Anton, are you sure that's a wise idea?
Yep.
I mean, we could do it on the deck here.
That's not dangerous enough.
I'd prefer you not further injure yourself.
I won't.
I'm in. Mrs. Candler. 10 notes for the winner.
You're wrong. No using any sort of devices, just your legs.
No using any magic.
Acceptable.
I don't have any devices or magic. Just good legs.
I hope you do.
Good
Don't
luck.
mind me.
All right. I'll
You
take
better
you
not be
back
marked
to.
by him.
I already negotiated for a permit to. Oh shoot, that's Southern. I already negotiated for a permit to run across roofs, so I'll direct you to the way that we need
You
to
got
go.
a permit.
You have a permit.
I have a permit.
Why do you need a permit to run
Give
across roofs?
permits!
Yeah, they get
That
permits.
conversation ended in a permit.
Yeah,
That
did.
conversation didn't look like it was going to end in a permit.
No, it did.
Can you get me one?
Well,
I seem to have underestimated you.
we don't.
You ask for permission,
mean-
and most people will give it to you. Most of the time.
If you're fast enough and running away, people won't catch up. So let's have that.
That sounds
Well-
criminal.
Real tag word with you, isn't it?
What?
It's a real
Are
tag
you
word
like
with you, isn't it?
anti-criminal or something? Is that your whole shtick?
More or less.
How bad is it have to be for you to do anything?
It depends.
Oh, you also don't like people breaking the law, do you?
Yes, I'm afraid that's the case.
I
Oh,
would
don't be
never.
afraid. We're in a group that's particularly
I would never
encouraged
break the law. I'm very
Don't worry,
against
I
that.
won't kill you for running on the roofs.
Listen,
You
we
run
have
on
a
the
permit.
roofs.
We're good.
You just said that you run on the roofs. I bet a grappling gun probably is illegal too.
Yes, but I have good reason. For
No.
it.
I think it
It's
is
not illegal?
in here in Triptych.
Using a grappling gun? Oh no, I've read the charter. Nothing
No,
against grappling guns.
in Triptych, there's a city ordinance.
City
Oh,
ordinances
you know
don't
what? I
ever trump
remember
the
the
charter.
city ordinance. I
I've
remember
read
that
the-
one. I actually got to see that the other day.
You saw the city ordinance?
hmm
Against grappling hooks. I was looking into it because
It was weird
I
because it
saw
was
a
so
grappling
Oh,
specific.
that
hook
goes
the other
against
day.
what the charter says. There's not supposed to be any
Well,
law
no,
prohibiting any sort of
but
weapon or
can
device.
within the city
There's an ordinance.
Against grappling hooks.
Yes.
against grappling hooks.
Make a persuasion deception check.
Can I help with that?
Can I roll an insight check
On who?
on them?
Okay. Yeah, you can.
I don't know what Anton's going for. I'm just trying to help him. Oh. I
Can
really need
say
that deception
I'm
focus.
talking boldly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't lie.
3 successes.
And
Okay.
1 added from me, so you're at 4.
Oh, you assisted.
I most certainly assisted.
All right, can you assist Candler?
Oh. So
We're not trying to fool Candler. We're trying to get Candler in on it to help us fool him. That's why I was
Get
being very
Candler.
overt.
Convince him.
Can you give some intuition points? Excuse me, can you assist Candler?
Intuition.
Yeah. Intuition.
What are we doing?
This is probably either a study or a talk check. Study would be know the stuff. Talk would
Right.
be judge a lie.
All right. Talk cleverly.
Yep.
Success.
Okay. No, I've read the ordinances. There's nothing against grappling hooks.
Yeah. I've
Within
got
the city
newspapers
limits,
in
there is. It's not in True Mile, but
No,
it
that's
is-
wrong.
Anton, why were you
Trust
trying to
me,
convince him? You were trying to convince him there's no rule against grappling hooks?
there is a rule against grappling.
But why are
hooks.
you
There's
trying to
no
convince
rule.
him that?
Because
Listen, you just
because he's
admitted to being a
criminal.
criminal. How do you know the
Well,
law
he's a
so
criminal
well?
even if he didn't.
Well, because I know what laws I'm breaking. He said that it was probably
Do you
illegal
have
too.
a grappling gun?
No, he does. And he's saying that
But
we
you
shouldn't
just
do
said you
things
only
that are
know the
criminal.
laws that you break. You have a grappling gun.
Well, maybe I considered it.
Yeah, okay. You should. They're pretty useful.
I know
Do
they're
the
illegal.
3 if you want to get to your race or not.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
But no grappling hook.
No grappling hook.
Yes.
No magic.
Well, we
So
should
where
square
are we
away.
at with
What
these?
exactly are the rules? Rooftops only, or first to the destination wins?
Rooftops only.
Rooftops,
Only. What qualifies as a rooftop? If it's a slope,
Anything
is it a
that's the
rooftop?
top of a roof.
No, fair enough.
Hazel, would you be the arbiter
Sure,
and keep an eye on everybody, make sure everyone follows the rules?
will do.
If you hear a grappling gun go off,
If
Call
you
the
see
police or
someone
something.
using magic,
all the enforcers that he's not allowed
If
to
anyone
do
uses
that.
magic and if anyone uses a grappling hook, I'll call him out for it.
Also,
If you're
try not
gonna-
to do anything too destructive because disturbing the peace is a crime.
yes.
If you're going to
Well,
be
if you have
stupid, you might as
time
well do
to-
it fairly.
Stick around and disturb the peace, then you're clearly not running fast enough.
No, I've got a race to go to, so why don't you finish yours?
Destroy anything and I will slap you on the wrist. On your good one.
My wrists are mostly fine.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, race!
No.
This is going to be
Wait.
divided into a series of probably, we'll say 4 checks. So this is the lead right now.
This is that thing. This is the
What'd you guys get?
2 successes.
4 successes.
4
If
successes?
I'm assuming I get to add free running.
Absolutely.
Because that's kind of
It's
Yep.
exactly
All our
what you're
cards
doing
are
right
Yeah, you book it. It probably took a little while to get actually to the town at the location that Candler was talking about. But
Since we're jumping on rooftops, can I add my acrobatics focus? I know it would probably be more free running would probably fit more.
it literally is free running, but it's like
acrobatics.
Because if we're
It's
jumping
kind of
for
acrobatics.
rooftops or
it's like similar to acrobatics. It's like a slant use of
Yeah,
acrobatics.
I think they should. Some of the focus or concentrations are not well defined.
Mhm.
This is one such case.
I'd say add it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, now I know what focus you have that makes it where you can jump on rooftops. Which is part of the reason I was doing this.
Ah.
Hello.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank
Good
you.
job.
Okay.
What did Candler get?
He's behind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anton's not checking.
Yeah. Okay. All right, next check. Let's see. We're going to do this kind of cumulatively, so the person with the most successes at the end is going to win. So keep track of how many you got. You got 2, right?
Yep.
3 or 4?
4.
4. Okay. All right. So a pretty far lead. All right, go ahead and make another check.
Just 2.
Okay. And Josh?
2.
Okay. Things are keeping pretty steady. Yeah, go ahead and make the next check.
3?
3. Okay. What's your total at then?
9.
Okay. And yours?
None. My total's at 4.
Okay. All right. Next check.
Sab goes over to Heislinda's. All right. Like as she's
Are you guys
leaving-
at the ending?
As
Yeah.
she's leaving
At the finish line?
he's basically like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the 4th
he's
check.
basically like,
Yep.
all right, I'll see you. You can tell me how good my lies are when you get there. He starts going out into like a part. Are they so like near the docks? So like he goes to where there's some people and starts going, the race of the century across the rooftops. For what, you may ask? He takes off his hat and like just shit people. For the money, he adds like a little bit to it. To save our fine and wonderful, what's the name of the place where they do painting?
The Art
Art
Institute?
Institute?
The Art Institute, to bring in new artists and to find our wonderful triptych and to bring it home or find something that will be even greater. Ladies and gentlemen, he puts it down on the ground and starts doing like handstands and stuff like that.
This is amazing.
Well, like getting basically everyone as into it as possible. What should I roll while you guys are doing?
Roll a talk boldly check.
Can I add
Very bold.
acrobatics or anything?
Yes, you can add acrobatics. I will allow it.
Talk boldly.
Good
He's
argument
like
for
the
it.
sign flipper, but he's...
He is sign
he's the
flipping.
sign.
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
You got
Are you both at the finish line?
I am.
Which the finish line would be on the ground. You
Uh-huh.
have to jump off the roofs.
Oh, yeah.
okay. So if he's using acrobatics, and if the 5 means he gets a critical success, he got 2 critical successes.
Nice. You amass a pretty big following, almost a mob.
Sab takes out the money they has and kind of like gestures around. Please, money, sir. We must find this triptych and to rebuild and bring back only together. Also, bets can definitely be made on this race, which should be done one amongst each other. And then continues his.
As you're saying that, Candler crosses the finish line.
No.
You see him emerge. Actually, you know what? I'll describe some of that a little bit more.
Did I see
Final
him
check?
cheat?
What's that?
Have I seen him cheat?
We'll finish the race first. Final check.
My total for the entire race is 4.
Okay.
So it's 4 total checks.
Yep. Yes, that's right.
Mine was 11.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you would cross the finish line again, and Candler is there, and it would be like 30 seconds, and then you'd cross the finish line again. Heisel,
Yes.
make a study check. Perception.
Great.
Mhm.
Study cleverly. Perception. I'm going to re-roll that one. And it's not helpful. But still, 2 successes.
Okay. You saw Candler as soon as he started to kind of lose his At the very beginning of the race, everyone was faster than him and whatnot. He jumped onto the roof of a carriage.
The qualifies roof.
Technically sure that's legal.
You said any roof. We established the rules.
You're
It's
gonna
not a
wanna take it up with
device.
them.
It's not magic. It's a roof.
Well, the roof of a building is what he said.
No, he said any roof. I will
It is
roll
the
the
roof of
tape.
a-
He said any roof.
It is the roof of a device.
Last time I checked, horses aren't devices.
A carriage is a device.
You're
You're not using your legs. The
It's
entire
running in
point
place
was
while
to
doing
check.
it.
The entire point was to check.
Oh, my legs took me there.
Well, you're not fast.
I got to the end first. I think that's fast enough.
You do owe him 10 notes.
That is true.
So,
Both of
ladies
you.
and gentlemen,
No.
Oh wait, you
our-
didn't make it.
I
That's
didn't
a
make
good
the
point.
bet.
I
I'll allow
won't
it.
give you 10 notes for that.
Oh well, that's a shame.
It was a free running race
Mhm.
across the rooftops.
No. We didn't say free running. We said it was a race. Race means first one to the end wins.
He does have a point.
I checked if everyone was comfortable going on the roofs of buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you didn't specify buildings, he's kind of.
I did. I asked what exactly. Irish to Southern is a lot
It's okay,
easier than
it's
you think. Irish to okay, yes. I asked exactly what a roof was, and you said whether it had to be curved or attached to a building or flat, and you said any roof works.
I didn't say any roof.
You didn't.
I just said
specify.
on top of the roof.
Oh,
He was on top of the roof.
I was on top of the roof.
Are you going to pay up?
No,
That sounds like a crime.
it is not a crime. Betting's a crime.
No, it's
So
not.
is cheating.
Sebastian, that was a pretty good lie, though.
I wouldn't have done it if it was against the rules.
Wait a minute.
Well, if he couldn't use a device, then you shouldn't be able to use a device, and I still say it's a device.
Well, as your arbiter, he technically
No.
didn't specify that it was a building.
She said it. Her word is final.
He could have been more specific.
Little dialogue box pops up only in Heisel's head. Anton will remember this. And he hands Candler 10 notes.
Well,
being
thank you
said,
very much.
You were the fastest Anton. So congrats.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Yes, good job. Good job. He's going to go and slap you on
Bye.
the back.
By any means of locomotion, I was not the fastest.
But your legs
Might
were
as well
fastest.
strap myself to some sort of whale oil powered.
If it makes you feel any better,
It doesn't.
I did consider. I didn't even say.
It doesn't.
Oh. Okay, I'll just keep the money to myself then.
Anywhere I've got places to be, so
I had the opportunity to jump on a whale oil powered carriage and I decided not to because that was a device.
that's the distinction you made.
Yes.
Is there whale oil in your grappling gun?
Well, that sort of opens things back up now, doesn't it?
What's it powered by?
Engine, stored energy.
Could be
Yep.
springs and whatever.
It's probably pneumatic pressure. So like a.
Well, if you thought a whale oil powered carriage was a device, then why didn't you think a normal carriage was a device?
Yeah, because it's animals. It's people. I don't call my own legs devices,
But we're not talking about the horses, we're talking about the carriage. Because that's
You
what you
weren't
jumped
using
on.
your legs.
but the carriage was just used by the horses.
What
My shoes aren't
What
devices.
is
The
the
people
device?
were using
What
the
is this
carriage.
This
philosophical
is a great question
we've
right
asked?
here.
The people
Let
were
us
using
go
the
to the
carriage. They weren't
library.
using their legs.
To the library.
The horses
Is there a
weren't
li-
using
No,
a device.
no,
The library.
No, you have places to go. You have other places to go. Other more
You're
important
right.
places to go.
We'll have to do this later.
Yes. With Sab's performance.
Listen, Anton, I'm quite sure he would have won this race, regardless.
I did win this race.
Isel?
It does sort of change things if you're saying a carriage is a device, even if it was whale oil powered.
I didn't say.
We need to go to the library before we decide this.
Every time you spend one
Why
of
don't
those
we leave
10
money
notes,
the where
I
it
want
is,
you to think about this.
Give the money
If
to
after you
Heisel and
spend-
she can give it to the winner once we go to the library.
No,
No,
he's already got the
no,
money.
No, why doesn't everyone just keep their own money and we call it a draw?
No, I already gave him the money. No, what I'm
So give it
saying,
back.
You can have it back.
what I'm saying is that you got to the finish line first, but every time you spend one of those notes, I want it to just bring back up this moment. I want you to think about it. And if after you spend all 10 notes, and you can't spend them all at once, you have to spend them one at a time. If after you spend all 10 of them, 10 different transactions, you still think that a carriage is not some sort of device that makes it where you don't have to use your legs, then I'll accept that you've won this race fair and square.
Sab steps to Fortune.
Fair enough.
Hello, Governor. We'll be picking up some coins. About 10 donations we're going to go around. So if you have any that you would like to give, we will be around.
You got
What are
like
we giving
50
to?
notes, man.
What are we giving to?
We're giving to the wonderful cause of our art institute to bring back spice of art to this
Good idea.
people.
He grabs your hat.
Sab grabs it back from him. Does I will rip you apart, and
You
then
do a
walks
pretty good
away.
accent, Seb. You could probably use that.
Huh?
You actually do a pretty good accent. You could probably use it.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I know.
He
but
walks.
more seriously.
He walks away and starts
Can you
heading
roll
towards
an
the.
insight check to see if he's actually telling the truth?
Yeah. Deception.
Okay. Talk. Cleverly.
Can I use cleverly if he does?
Yes.
Okay. 1 success.
2 successes.
Sab is telling the truth. And he starts heading down, basically trying to bring the mob with him, say, let us bring this to the Art Institute and show them that we still believe in triptychs! And he
could
just
start a
heads them
cult if
off.
he
Already did that?
He did?
Oh, you already did that.
Oh, you already did.
Why don't you two follow him, make sure he's not getting himself in more trouble than he can handle, and then go take care of the curator situation, alright?
I think he can handle a lot of trouble.
On the way, as the mob is moving with you, you would hear them say, they would start chanting. And it's kind of an unexpected phrase, but they would say, Free Sloan Bay! Free Sloan Bay!
We all hear that?
Yeah, it's really loud.
Remember when I said, make sure he doesn't get into more trouble than he can handle?
It's
Why didn't
starting
you go
an
ahead and,
independence mob.
Who controls Sloan Bay?
No.
Sloan Bay is
no.
Just go
technically
to
under the jurisdiction of Morley.
Okay.
I'm gonna go find some.
Fun fact for you: Triptych is the hotbed of the Pandician independence movement. So
Uh-oh. Running after
they're very
Sab.
touchy about their triptych.
All right.
Running after Sab.
Sab
No.
takes them to the Art Institute
Oh,
and
no.
tries the handle, finds it's locked, and then remembers this old story that people used to tell, and he bangs on the door and basically says, "Excuse me."
The entire mob is just chanting outside, and the door just creaks open, and you would see-
He put some money in the hat originally, but he takes that out and he just hands the money to
yeah,
him.
Tempson just opens the door.
Here you go.
Ah,
This is for the
you
Art
guys are
Institute.
unlawfully gathering on the premises, so now I don't want to file
Sab
a
leaps
restraining
up on
order.
Freeing Sloan Bay!
Sam starts climbing up to like he's kind of on the building. And
Stop.
he starts speaking to the people.
No.
People, I understand.
No.
But first,
I would like to note
comes
that I'm
art.
not here.
Go.
Yeah.
I'm at the race.
And then
You
we
know.
will free Sloan Bay together!
No.
You all know. What do we want? Art back. What is it going to give us?
Independence!
Exactly what we want. Yeah, independence and art. That's what we want.
Independent
So go.
art!
Go! Send the letters to the artists that you know. Because you know what? Where it all begins, where the revolution begins, with our minds, with our hearts, with art, with triptychs! Go forth! Go forth!
Make another talk check, please.
There's
Oh
no
my
way.
Can I
There
assist
it
with
is.
that?
Asher.
I'm screaming out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just gonna
supporting.
start yelling out,
Talk
trying to
boldly?
direct this back towards like, you should go and support independent artists. And he's like,
art
look,
mean independent artists.
I'm an independent
Talk
artist.
boldly.
Who
Yes.
wants their portrait?
Here we go. Oh boy.
20 notes a
No.
pop.
What is happening?
Did you
Does
get
not
anything?
help at all.
Nope.
Would you roll?
It's like no success.
Nothing.
No successes.
Can I try to direct them and make them think that it's
None?
a support artist
I w- I
movement?
No, they're all just.
Wait.
They kind of get drowned out, and one of them like, "What you mean? We're supposed to art? Why can't we just revolt?"
Sab steps up to
We
him.
can do
You.
both.
He brings him forward. This man! Follow him! And then Sab just runs
Follow leader,
as
Ty.
fast as possible.
What are you doing?
Here's our amazing leader! And he just runs.
All hail the dear leader! And he runs away as well.
What is going on?
Can I
And Sam tries to
convince
run,
them-
so no one will know.
Can
that
I
it was
convince
him.
the crowd that they're supposed to support independent artists, starting with Anton?
What are you saying?
Support independent artists?
And you're saying it that loud?
Yeah,
They're
he's
chanting Free Sloan Bay. What are you saying?
support independent artists.
They can't hear you.
Do we want to hear him louder?
Yes, we do.
Support independent artists.
Make it talk boldly, check.
Spencer, you're feeding the flame.
He's also gonna yell like $20 a pop. Get your portraits here.
Notes, excuse you.
Ooh.
It's one that's worth maybe re-rolling.
No. It's a mob. What am I gonna do? It's nothing.
Nothing? Everybody hears independent, and they're like, yeah! Every time you say independent, they're, woo! All right. So as that thing is going on, Heisel is on the way to the race, and we will pick up their next session, unfortunately. Thank you for joining us, and support independent artists. We will see you all next week.